Whew. Oh. Shoot. Is my VTube Studio model working? Excellent start. Already have to do a thing. Alright, I have my drink. It was kind of more because the one that I already brought that I was supposed to have for stream, I was drinking while setting up and now it's almost gone. So I grabbed another. My tea is almost gone, so I grabbed a significantly less healthy soda. But hey, it's whatever, right? The volume for this guy is a little loud. Let's turn you down. But yes, hello! I'm doing good. Thought about it today. And, I want Continuum Shift to work. And, honestly, I still have the Steam version. The problem is the FPS slowdown. So, one of two ideas. One is to play BlazBlue by itself. Just pick a day. Might be after Personathon is over. After all, I'm on my last game for Personathon. And just go through what's left of the BlazBlue series. Not all at once, obviously. I don't want to do this thing where I play the whole series of a thing that I own, like I did for Persona. But, you know, like, focus on that for a little bit, and then, you know, play something else. Because it's just... It doesn't feel right. It bothers me more to skip the game. Because I'm like, I could just, like, skip it completely and then try to explain what I've missed, but it's also been long enough since I've played Continuum Shift that I could not confidently recall everything that specifically happens in Continuum Shift that's supposed to be important enough to mention. So I do still want to play Continuum Shift. And I have the Steam version. We're not gonna try the PS3 version. I've given up on the PS3 version. But the Steam version, it runs. I just need to figure out the best way to ensure that it, you know, runs at a higher frame rate than what we got. But I was thinking, what if uninstalling and reinstalling the game did it? That would be tedious, but hey, is it any different than opening and closing my PS3? We'll see. I'll also look a little deeper, dig a little deeper to see if there is a consistent FPS fix. Because that's really the only thing. And I got through all of Calamity Trigger with it doing that too. So it feels kind of weird of me to give up on it. It's just because it was after Vesperia that I'm like, you know, because I don't want to restart stream to restart my PC. But if we're like, where that's the only stream going on, it'd be annoying, but it'd be less annoying. To me personally, to do it like that. Also, if it's a matter of it not running, I can set it up, see if it's running at the correct FPS. If it's not, restart my computer, and then go live? And then once it starts slowing down again, switch to something else. If I was opening with BlazBlue on PC, it'd be fine, but I'm not opening with it. I'm opening with Tales of Vesperia. I don't want to restart my PC in the middle of a stream. I'd much rather have everything set up and it not run, and I restart my PC, reset up, and then it works, and then I go live for however long that lasts. That's a lot better to me than stopping stream. So I do still want to try to do Continuum Shift Extend. Just, you know, it'd have to be its own dedicated thing, or if it was a two-parter where I switch games in the middle, it would be the first one, not the second or third. And I have quite the library to follow it up with something else. So after this, it'll be DMC 5. Because I've been in a DMC mood. I played with the idea before I even said, yeah, no, we'll do Continuum Shift. So, not bad fallback, I think. I think that'll be fine. It's the last game, I've yet to play it, and then I can finally give my opinion on how I feel about all 6 games. Everybody has a pretty good idea of how I feel about most of the games. I don't super like 1, although recently thinking about it, the fact that 2 is boring is kind of a crime, and so maybe 2 is actually the worst. But again, I've stated this before, they're really close. They're really close. Reboot, middle of the road.
Whoa.
I like it, but I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's a very okay game. It's pretty fun on the lower difficulties, and it's not that difficult, I'm learning, on the harder difficulties, and that's probably why people were so harsh on it. It's not hard. And that's kind of what people wanted after 3. So it's like, it's not easy, but it's not as hard as 4 and 3 were. Like, looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I could do Dante Must Die. There'd be a learning curve. Also, Hard is talking to me. Hi! I'm in the middle of a conversation. I thought I could finish my thing, but no. I'm sorry. I just, I just sort of intentionally ignored you for a few seconds.
What?
Depends on what kind of soda. I have a Dr. Pepper and cream flavored soda. Not really what I would describe as peak health, but it's good, and that's what that's all that matters. But I'm gonna finish what I was saying before I unmuted. 3 and 4 are probably my favorites of the DMC series. They're very up there. I'm very torn between which one I like more than the other, but they're very good games, and I like them both a lot, and I'm very happy. I have good memories of that game, and I think about it and go, yeah, I had fun. I want to play it again sometime.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas for 2, I'm like, Trish was very amusing. And there are 2 good bosses, but they're in different characters' stories. The rest of the game's kind of And then 1 is just like, being the eldest, it's not the most mechanically sound, and it has a lot of gimmicks and mechanics, specifically Nightmare, that are just frustrating. That it's like, man, this is not something you should have in your hack and slash. And then, of course, Reboot being very middle of the road, where it's like, this is a good game, but I can see why people didn't like it, but also I think a lot of people were too hard on it. Like, like, constructive criticism and bashing are very different things. And a lot of Reboot's critique is more bashing than constructive criticism. Because I think Reboot is actually it's pretty fun. It has its moments, but it's fun. There is not a single boss that gives me dread. Nor is there a boss that's not interesting, either mechanically or visually, like there is in 2. There are some very blah bosses in 2.
I don't hate the game. I don't hate the game, therefore it's good.
I mean, it's hard to get me to dislike something. I say as there are 3 examples where I will passionately rant about something. But the more I rant about a subject, that means the more I have played it enough to be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I won't devolve into those super long rants if I've never played the game.
You love to hate on it because you love it so much. Definitely. Or you love the series at least,
Yes.
and you know it can.
So
be
when there
better.
is when there is a game in this series that is a culmination of all my disappointment and frustration, you know I'm gonna fucking talk about it.
I cannot. Oh no! Why did my controller was working and it's not picking it up? Let me restart the game.
Oh no.
Here, let me go through the menus of the controller.
Okay, pause that. Why pause that? Because don't change tabs on me. I want to look at Heart's stream. And I want to...
Hello, I have a good stream. Welcome to the black screen.
Why is this so quiet?
You are craving more one-hit playthroughs.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Hey. Okay, look, controller is working, yes? Controller works very good. What game is this? Tales of Vesperia. I nearly said Symphonia. Tales of Vesperia. Z, would you say we're over halfway through?
No. Also,
Oh,
I have
okay.
massive audio delay, so I need to relaunch my capture.
Oh no. Tech issues, guys, isn't it fun? Oh yes, oh gosh, it was over 2 weeks ago since we did this.
You are craving more one-hit playthroughs. Hello, listener. But yes. So, yes, my big long preamble thingy about DMC. I'm going to be playing 5 after we do Vesperia because I need to play that game. I want to play that game. BlazBlue has angered me. And I want to give it a second chance, but I don't want to give it a second chance so soon.
As you did. Yes, we're right before this boss at the moment. That I don't think we've even did we attempt the boss at all?
About people crying about game not being hard enough for their egos. Yeah. I mean, I get it that like the really, really, really hard difficulties not being as hard as other games kind of does make sense. Like, Hell and Hell is supposed to be like a meme difficulty that's supposed to be really bullshit hard, but then it gives you those 3 gold orbs to res yourself. And I don't know, 4 and 5 may also have that. So, but it was like,
It's like why?
yeah. But at the same time, playing on like a normally hard difficulty like Nephilim or Dante Must Die.
Oh, that was so cool. Sorry.
uh like a game's difficulty is subjective based on the developer, and being outsourced, it makes sense that Ninja Theory's idea of what was difficult is different from Capcom's. That was kind of Capcom's fault. In the, like, they outsourced the game, so they didn't have complete control over it, and so things kind of ended up a little differently than the other games in the series. But being like, oh, this game sucks because of it is not fair to DMC Devil May Cry. That's the thing. Like, I get some people want a harder experience, some people want an easier experience. That's what difficulties are for in video games. But just because DMC Devil May Cry doesn't have the same level of difficulty, despite their labeling, as others, comes down to the fact of they were developed by different people, ultimately at the end of the day, and they're not... It's not, like... That's not constructive criticism, that's just complaining for the sake of it. Like, it's like saying, oh, why is Dark Souls too hard? Or, oh, why is, Persona not as difficult as Shin Megami Tensei, which is a better comparison, honestly. Because they're made by the same people, but they're made by different teams, and the intent of what is difficult changes as the game, as a series grows, and it trades hands in who develops it, as well as what is considered fair in terms of difficult gameplay. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of people's complaints about DMC Devil May Cry didn't even come down to difficulty at the end of the day. I still think a lot of it had to do with it being a reboot killed it out the gate.
Oh no.
Like,
Because people were attached to the old characters, I guess.
something like that. It definitely
Yeah.
feels like it. Some people will say it's the color-coded enemies. Some people will say it's that the combat is unintuitive, which is false. It's fine. It's just a little wonky. Definitive Edition fixes some of the wonkiness. Steam version doesn't have Definitive Edition, though, so that's just a compromise that we have to take. But it was fine.
It's fine. It's still a perfectly serviceable game.
Yeah, it's, like, trust me, I've played bad games. DMC Devil May Cry is not one of them. I got really fucking mad during a secret mission and said some things that were not true because I was ranting about how angry I was. And,
Oh no.
and that was not fair to the game, but I was mad in the moment, and I went back and played it further and was like, this is fun. I had more fun with this game than I did with 1 and 2. That is just a fact. It was more fun than 1 and 2 for me. In terms of...
Need to go back.
In terms of
do an
the...
apology video.
In terms of the writing, in terms of the weapons and their designs, because 1 doesn't have a crazy amount of creative freedom. Like, there's a lot you can do mechanically if you learn the mechanics, but those mechanics are things that are in every single game.
Oh.
Like, we were talking about it yesterday with jump canceling, gun canceling, slash canceling, all that is in every single DMC. Like, they make it a point to put it in every single DMC. Ninja Theory made sure that DMC Devil May Cry still had those things. 5 doesn't have those things.
Oh,
And
no.
5 was made by Capcom. That's why I'm a little worried about 5. But at the same time, I'm not going to do those things. The only thing I know about the game is that V is not really a fun character for a hack-and-slash genre, but the speedrun is great because you don't get to play those levels as him, because he's the only character that can go out of bounds. So in the speedrun, you hate him. They hate him so much that they found a way to get him out of bounds so you can skip his levels. Which makes me concerned for somebody who's not going to be doing that.
I mean, yeah, V's like perfectly fine. It's just I found him very awkward when I did it. It didn't feel like it fit in the game. Yay. Anyway, should be when you're all prepared. I'm ready to walk in the boss. I've just been grinding while you've been talking.
I'm changing everyone's outfits.
Oh yes.
Have I done Gracious Waitress? I was on Paramedic. I don't want to do Heroic Actress. I guess just put her back in the Magical Maiden.
Oh. I've got Resurrection!
Yay!
This makes things so much easier. And yeah, oh gosh. I think I had a special ending in one of the fights. I ended with a... Oh, I keep forgetting that. The right trigger move. What's that called again? Where it's got the blue circle and you can press it and you go whoosh through.
The game is still... You have ideas for Path of Pain to make the Dantes last longer? Yes, Dante 320. We ended it on Dante number 320.
Mm-hmm.
Volume went back down again. There we go. There we go. That should help. But this is also a quiet area, so I may actually lower the volume again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Seeker's good. I won't change anyone's accessories.
I know. I did the drive thing and like Judith soared into the air and in the end like in the victory screen she landed, which I thought was pretty cool. But I don't know if that's scripted or not.
Yes, baseball outfit. I lose the Overdrive Warrior, which is very sad.
But he's got a cap on.
But yeah. The thing is, one thing that I did realize about DMC is that the only game that I gave the time of day to try Dante Must Die on... Oh, Dante outfits and death counter art? Okay. Alright. I see. Oh yes, the art that I've drawn for that. I never gave more than an attempt on Dante Must Die, and then I uninstalled the game because I needed to make a room on my PC, and I didn't have the save files, so I lost them. But I kind of actually want to try some of the really hard difficulties on some of the other games, just not right now. Because those would be a dedicated thing just to keep rust from growing. Because
You need to work into it.
yeah, I would need to play the games on their lower difficulties to refamiliarize myself with specifically what to expect in each of them before just going, yes, I will play Dante Must Die. But, the one time I tried Dante Must Die, I had 27 gold orbs on Virgil... Not Virgil, because this is DMC 1. Nello Angelo 1. And I used up all but 2 of them on the attempt that actually got past him. And then I was like, okay... That's enough of that for the day, and then I didn't play it again after that, because just dying repeatedly in that game just doesn't feel good. Dying repeatedly in any game doesn't feel good.
Yep. I agree. I've ended many streams early because I kept dying in games. So I was like, damn, this is not my day.
Yeah. Dante Must Die is definitely for people who derive enjoyment from something being super, super, super difficult, and I am not one of those people.
Me neither.
That's what I'm learning.
I feel like I have a lower tolerance even than that.
Like, I want to give them a try to see how far I can get before I get frustrated. That's kind of the thing. Like, I like one the least, arguably, and yet I did Dante Must Die for that one. Whereas I look at the DMC Devil May Cry, and I'm like, oh, I could totally do that. It would take a little bit longer, but I could totally do that. There's not really any particular reason why I wouldn't be able to attempt that. I just wouldn't do some of the secret missions, you know, just like...
You enjoy repeatedly dying. Yeah, I can tell. Oh no, I'm kind of with jumping. It's like, okay, I can take dying repeatedly, but if I die repeatedly and I can't see any progress, that's when I get a bit mad.
Yeah.
And I get frustrated. I don't think I've ever fully quit a game, but I have definitely not played some games because of how hard people make it. Like, I really wanted to play Cuphead, but I was like, before everything I was like, damn, let's play Cuphead. I'm gonna get Cuphead and I'm gonna play it, and then like everyone was saying how hard the game is, and it kind of put me off it. So I was like, oh, I don't really want to keep dying to this. Oh, did you carry on? Oh, you went forward.
I'm about to move forward, yes. I'm
Okay.
finished looking at menu stuff.
I've grinded, I've leveled up everyone once more.
It does make me concerned for things like Dark Souls and Hollow Knight and other games that I've been gifted that are supposed to be really difficult. Or games that I've bought on my own.
What is with this heat?
Understanding that it was going to be hard, like Sekiro.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, this may not be a thing where I play completely in one, like, congruent sitting. Of, like, I'll play this for a little while, and then just be like, alright, enough of that. Depending on how far I can push my frustration before I just teeter off into being angry for the sake of it.
Yeah. Have you ever played Celeste? Or not?
No, but I've seen it. Also, I'm not centered. Well, I was centered, now I'm off-center, so I need to scoot over. There we go.
For people who've played Celeste, I did like the actual main story bit, and they have a bunch of extra levels, and I'm like... But I played the main story, and I was like, no, this is a fine difficulty for me. I'm just gonna stop here, and that's I made my peace that I'll never like fully complete Celeste, but I beat like the main story arc, and that's like my difficulty peak. Even though I died a few times, like yeah.
I appreciate the offers are. But yeah, I'm not opposed to playing a game that's really difficult, because I also still like Monster Hunter, and I know that Monster Hunter is really hard for some people. Like, it's not the game similarly to Dark Souls, where the game doesn't have a difficulty slider. It's a little steep sometimes, and there are skill checks in the game because there's not really a level system, and there's a lot of like stuff to learn. But I find that game fulfilling and fun. I just also understand that it's not a game for everyone. That it is quite difficult at times. And there are moments where you spend a mission just dying repeatedly to something over and over and over again. And then when you beat it, you're like, yes! But sometimes that takes multiple days.
that was us on Monday. I've said this before, but I 100% wouldn't have played Monster Hunter if I wasn't playing it co-op. Because it's a hard game.
It's not easy. But yeah, it's like, for me, typically, I'll play like normal or hard, depending. Like, I beat Persona 4 on Expert, with the whole thing of this difficulty is for advanced gamers, which meant I chose it just because that line is so stupid to me. This difficulty is for advanced gamers. In what category? In what way? What exactly do you mean specifically by advanced? Whereas typically I would have just chosen normal. Yeah, I would have gotten through the game faster if I had chosen normal. But I didn't, and hey, I beat it on the hardest difficulty that Persona 4 presents to you, because there's nothing harder than Expert for Persona 4. And it was alright. I
always I always try to play games on the normal default difficulty, because I feel like that's what the developers intend.
Yes, that's typically how it is. It's like...
Yeah.
This is kind of why I don't like 1 that much of the DMC series, is that it's definitely less these are difficulty modes that we really thought of, and more we made the game for normal and hard maybe at best. Dante Must Die is just something that we threw in for fun, and sometimes, yeah. Yeah, like, bosses don't devil trigger in 1, but regular enemies do, and when they do, their health resets, their damage goes up, they lose the ability to get staggered, and you just have a bad time, unless you are, like, a master who has played the game so many times that it's like, yes. Because some people go the route of, oh shit, they're gonna DT before I can do anything, but I have strats that can deal with it, and others are, I've played the game so much that I know how to kill them before they can. Some situations still being impossible before they do that, but it's like, yeah, this is definitely I've played the game so much that this is the only difficulty that I would enjoy playing, because the game has stopped being hard for me on the lower difficulties, and I don't play games like that.
Yeah. A Deathloop, sorry, in my chat. a deathloop for me is one of the best things and worst things to
Those are the
happen,
sands
because
of
on one
Khogor.
side it means I have a challenge, on the other hand I have a lot of patience, but it depletes my power of the number of deaths, so I can go from chill to boiling rage.
Yeah, I mean, it's like people who are like, I love horror games because I love being afraid.
Spooked.
Meanwhile, other people, like my own mother, are like, what is the point? That genre should not
Yes.
exist. Which is not,
Yes.
that's a little
Your
extreme.
mother is based.
No! Horror
your
games are
mother is
fun!
based.
No! My mom hates horror movies and horror video games because she doesn't understand the point of being stressed or afraid.
Yes, I'm already stressed in real life. Why do I need to be stressed because of a game?
So it's like...
Whoa. We made
You
it
like
all the way
Monster Hunter
there?
because there's no difficulty slider. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying all this, but I like one of my favorite genres in games is roguelikes, where they intentionally kill you off.
Yeah, roguelikes are definitely designed around you are die.
Yes, that roguelikes are designed by you or die. Returnal is probably like one of my favorite
Sands of
roguelikes,
Khogor.
and it's considered to be the
Arrows here.
hardest ones. But I absolutely love it. Oh, whoops.
I'm going on to meet.
Although I think, now I think about it, I feel like my
Wait,
difficulty in
we
video
can't just let
games
you go
comes from
alone.
like the multiplayer aspect. Like,
I mean, our
kind
job
of
right
like the
now is to
reason why I
protect you.
grinded Omega Strikers so much. I just like
Wow,
seeing my
we did
name
get
go
this
up
level
the
in bonus points,
leaderboard.
right?
And the game got harder that way. And
Yeah, I guess we can't just
I just
keep
like the
chasing
game
him
getting
around.
harder in the multiplayer sense instead of like a single player sense, maybe.
All right, we'll take care of him
But
next
also, chat knows me best. I play so many different genres of games that I separate games based on, like, what specifically is that game trying to achieve. Do I think this game achieved what it was trying to achieve? Yes, no. Yes being, okay, it's a pretty good game. No being, it's not a very good game.
Yeah.
So, what is a JRPG trying to achieve? A story that is interesting and fun, with mechanics that will take a bit of a backseat to tell the story. Is the story good? Yes. Is it a good game? Yes. DMC? Mechanics that... It's a hack and slash game. The story takes a backseat. It's the mechanics that we're focusing on. Are the mechanics easy to understand and fun? Yes, it's a good game. Is the story sensical in any shape or form? No. But that doesn't mean it's a bad game, because it's not trying to tell the story. The story is not the focus of DMC. It is the mechanics and the gameplay. And the mechanics and the gameplay of every single game that I've played of DMC so far, except for 2 in some areas, have achieved that. It's just one is kind of a dick more often than not because the head developer decided to add mechanics in the game that didn't need to be there, / make me question if he wanted to make a hack and slash in the first place. Like, the fucking final boss part 1 where it's literally Star Fox 64, except it's still DMC, so he's going to throw a meteor at you, and you're not going to dodge it because it takes up 80% of the screen.
Amazing. Yes. Yeah, that's another reason why I like roguelikes, because if I die I can just say, oh, it's a bad seed. Oh, I got bad items that run. I'll move on.
But yes, like, that's how I approach games, of like, what genre is it? What do those genres tend to try to achieve? Is it successfully achieving what the genre says it's going to achieve? Yes or no? And then sometimes it's other things that will make me not like the game. Like, does Persona 5 achieve a story? Yes. Does it achieve a good one? Personal preference says no, but it is a story, and that's what the focus is. So I guess.
Hold on. Are you seriously going?
And the mechanics for Persona 5 are they're fun here and there. Like, some of the stuff does feel very satisfying, but it's like, it's for the same reason, like, for the reason why I don't like Persona 5 is the same reason why I probably wouldn't like Final Fantasy 15, because it's, like, not really a game. Like, I saw some boss fights for Final Fantasy 15, and I was like, oh, you feel good doing it.
Do you know what you're saying?
But
This
that's
is a
not...
desert. It's hot. People
No.
die here.
I saw the boss fights for 15.
I'm ready for it. I think.
Where you're flying through the air and you have basically infinite health and superpower moves, and it's just wailing on a thing to feel good, and it's like,
The desert
Art
is
likes to
divided
rely on
into 3
copium,
regions.
bad cards, guides, inscription over. But it's true.
And then
If you draw badly, if you get the wrong cards, then you lose.
that's the only one you've ever finished. Aw. There are so many other Final Fantasies, Lizer. They remade 7. They've ported basically all of them. Almost all of them onto Steam. 10.
The Pixel remaster ones.
People have problems with the Pixel remaster, but the originals are also on Steam.
I don't want to say I'm biased to Pixel, the Pixel art, but look at my character.
Yeah, 15 is... okay, Liza, you know my
Okay.
thing with Persona 5 where I'm like, well, congratulations, you've just beaten the worst one, now play the rest. 15, you've just beaten the worst one. The world of Final Fantasy is your oyster. Play the others, they are so much better. I can't say anything for 16. But,
Luna Rise.
World
What's
of
Luna
Final
Rise?
Fantasy. I didn't mean the video game Jumpy. I meant the world of Final Fantasy is in the series. You're right, that is a game though, my bad. Some people like tactics. It's not for everyone.
Huh?
I mean, I also hate Vesperia. I think that one's the lowest of the Tales of series by far, but I like the cast of characters because if there's anything Tales of gets right, it's having a cast of people that's interesting and likable. It's just how they're written beyond those characters that irks me to no end.
The foothills
no.
to the west, the center where it's hottest.
I love how
and the
characters in
massive peaks to the
JRPGs go
east.
to 100 feet giants when they come out of a town.
Hey, hold on.
Yes, it's my favourite part of Tales games.
There's a town between the end of the western foothills and the central area. Where did you hear that?
Villager POV, giant walks to your village.
I went there with a friend once. It's a nice town built up around an oasis.
But yeah, it's like every type of genre of video game, each one is trying to achieve a different thing.
Yeah.
And so they should be judged based on what they are trying to achieve. If it fails to go for what a genre is trying to achieve, then it's not a good game. But you can still like that game even if it fails to achieve that, because that's the magic of personal preference.
No,
and opinion.
Z, you must love everything I love and hate everything I hate. My opinion's correct, and no one else is correct.
But yes, to tie off the Final Fantasy, I've not played every single game. I've played some of 8, all of 7. I have watched a lot of 10, and I've seen a super cut of somebody playing 15 with some friends. 15 is not good. The ones that I have played, however, and that I've seen a lot of, wouldn't say they're bad. People have problems with 13, but I will trust in my friends and say 12 is probably worse than 13. People just don't like the whole, like, they call 13 hallway simulator, but
sorry, I was responding to Jeffo in your chat.
right. What should be in between game?
Does Battlefield 5 have... I thought that one didn't have a story. Or am I wrong? Anyway, if you want to play a Battlefield story, you want to play 1. And if you don't have 1, you want to play 3. One
Battlefield 2042 is the one with no story.
Oh. Okay, yeah. So Battlefield story, if you want, like, oh my god, I'm sorry,
What
I'm
are you
gonna
gonna
go
do,
into this.
Patty?
Yeah, if you Battlefield 1, the World War one, is
Maristella,
such a
was
nice. They're like 5 separate stories, and they're very touching and engaging.
Yes. 10 is very linear and it's great. Yes, that's the thing. Games that are linear do not mean game's bad. You don't want your game to be linear? Play an open world game. Play a game that doesn't really have a story and is just a collection of missions that you do. But even then, sometimes those games will present them to you in a very linear format. Monster Hunter.
Well, I can't guarantee you'll find any clues in that town,
kind of Skyrim for me. I played Skyrim as a linear game until I got completely destroyed. And I was like, oh, I should probably open world.
What you've seen of 13 and played of its sequels are fine. Yeah, so it's like, that's a thing, is just like, never take anyone's opinion of anything, least of all things like GameFAQs or Polygon or GameSpot or any of those types of like review/critic websites at face value. Least of all of them. Because you never know what you're gonna like as opposed to someone else. But for critique things, there's that whole thing about most of the ones that have really good reviews, they were paid off. That's why Death Stranding has absolutely garbage critic reviews, but personal players are like, this game is fun. It's not for everyone. The memes of Death Stranding being FedEx Simulator, not false. It's a lot of transporting things back and forth, and it's mostly a story rather than anything pertaining to combat. But the critique reviews were because Kojima didn't want to pay anybody to give a good review for that game.
Oh gosh, game reviews in general are so weird.
Or like I got Disgaea 3 and I watched a review of it to see what it was like, and somebody like shat on it so hard in the review that I watched where I was like, I'm gonna play it out of spite, and I loved it and it got me into Disgaea. So fuck you, person on the internet who thinks Disgaea 3 is a bad game. You're wrong. I mean, they probably didn't like it, and I liked it, and it's, again, personal preference, but, you know, just that type of thing of, like, you never know what you're gonna like that somebody else is not going to like, and vice versa. So, like, an example of somebody was like, I saw reviews of Star Ocean 5 being a really terrible game, and I said, I think I'm gonna like it. I was wrong. I didn't. However, I still played it myself before making my own opinion.
Yes. Good.
S&T 5 is Persona 5 without the heart. Oh my god, that fucking video title. Or the fucking Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD remaster where they're like, Mercy is too easy. Why did you play the game on that difficulty? Play it on literally any other difficulty.
I love the talking there, but we're 15 minutes in and you've warned me about this boss that will take me ages.
Well, there are people living there.
Then I'll be joining you.
Rita.
I know. We'll make that our first destination.
Should you still do a lot of linking? Linking is fun, and if you're playing by yourself, you should do it, Jeppo.
Oh.
But yeah, it's just like, it's not to say that
I'm
people
still
on
trying
the
to get my
internet
head
are
around the
wrong.
fact that Reggae was Jaeger's
I am
alter
right.
ego.
It's just, you know,
This spells out the
each
connection
individual
between
in
RuneScape and
person
Leviathan's
will
Claw
experience
pretty
things in a
clearly,
different way.
and that Jaeger was the boss of both guilds.
Isn't it kind of early to say that for sure? It is possible that the Reggae we met was just Jaeger putting on a show.
I've
Maybe
been
the
asked
real Reggae's off in
what's
some
the
ruin
story in
someplace, just digging
Vesperia?
away, happy as a clam.
We're gonna have a hell of a time if it's really that complicated.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just puzzling over
Hang
a
on,
little
I'll
too
wait.
hard.
I'll wait for Z to
We'll have
finish
to
the
keep
skip,
at it until we
and
get
I'll
to the
finish
bottom
my
of this
skip.
mess.
But yeah, it's just like, I'm one of those people who like most genres of game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, there are some games that I've played that I just don't really like, and sometimes people in general will agree with me, and at other times it's like, no, this was a good game, and I'm like, I don't think so, but alright.
Yeah, I play a ton of genres too. And yeah.
So
some games are good, some aren't, and you can like a game for one reason and dislike another game in another genre for the same reason, because that's not what you were expecting from said game.
you're in some lava tunnels with Mila. How you've only done 5 hours. Hello, Dangerous. The length of the game's plot will be about the same as if you did Jude's, Jeppo. So even though you're going through the game faster because of your level, the plot is not going to be shorter. It's the same length. Basically, any story moment where they're both together will be the same for both sides. It's not that I don't like platformers, it's just that I'm bad at them. I am fairly good at... I'd like to think I'm fairly good at platformers. I always bring this up of, like, when me, Fisk, and Vesper played Bloody Trapland 2, I was the one who, by the end of the however long we were stuck on it, the other two just stood at the start, occasionally making attempts, whereas they were, in reality, just kind of biding their time until I beat the level.
Those were straight.
And I didn't struggle with the DMC Devil May Cry platforming. But I also didn't skip a cutscene and then immediately move forward and fall to my death! I understand that you weren't expecting it, but that was really funny every time that it happened, and it happened more often than not. But yeah, it's... I was waiting for you to talk. I just stood there. My bad. I'll keep going. I should play the game. I was just messing with my hands. Oh, hello, Cactus Spider.
Yeah. Yes. I'm a little.
Don't get cocky.
Oh, if these are
I'm a
weak.
little ahead in the game.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hope you don't mind me going ahead.
No, it's totally fine.
We've split up again.
Ooh.
So what's the story in Vesperia so far, by the way? So there was a person stealing magical gems that protected cities from monsters, and then we ran around, beat the guy, but there was also like a civil war happening, or about to happen, because there's a whole class system and people are mad at the class system. But at the moment now there's like a dragon thing, and they're trying to steal Estelle for whatever reason, and that's what we're trying to figure out. Oh, and we also have a box.
I'm gonna lower the volume just a little bit because I am struggling to hear you over the game. It may just be me, but I'm gonna do that just because I am struggling to hear you.
Hello.
Thanks.
Hello, everyone.
Mantake.
But yes. Gem Stealer, Civil War, and a Dragon.
Seems like a
Yes.
pretty sleepy town.
I better explain as well.
and this-
Z's played this game before, and I have not.
There are knights even here, though.
So Z knows what's
I don't
coming.
recall seeing such intimidating people here the last time I came.
And I'm sure with
I'm off to
and I'm
search
sure
for
with every
Ghost After
prediction I
Treasure.
make, she's
You're leaving.
behind the
So you want me to stay
smiling
longer,
to
eh?
herself, thinking they don't know what's about to happen.
I'm sure Patty's got things she needs to take care of.
Do you hear that
Then
giggle?
I guess it's
That's
time
like
for me to
evil.
bounce.
Be careful out there.
They're not designed.
Bye, Patty.
Yes, Patty leaves us again. Patty can't make her mind up.
All right. Shall we each go our own way for now?
I'm for that. Before I do anything, I
Honestly,
want to give these feet a rest.
Raven's
Okay,
facial
making fun of
expressions
the
might be
inn
my
ever since,
favorite.
Okay, see you then.
No easy thing looking out for everybody else.
Do I like more for a Tales game, an open world map like Vesperia or the linear map structures for of Vesperia and Zillia? The only game that's open world is Arise, like purely open world is Arise. Most Tales of games are like this, where it's a big open area that you can walk around in.
But you're still
Zillia,
constrained somehow.
yeah, Zillia is linear because of graphical limitations based on the choices that they made for the quality and detail of their models. Like, it was because of design choices that made it wind up being the way that it was, and you can tell that because of looking at them. Just looking at them. The level of detail that, like, that's like, I like Zillia. I like Zillia 2. I don't think the artistic direction that they went for Zillia was necessary. Like, further 3D models, which, you know, translate also being in the way that they were for Vesperia and Berseria, that level of detail, while it didn't look bad, it didn't really look good. That's a really shaky good. But, I think they inadvertently limited themselves because they wanted to have more detailed terrain, but in order to do that, they could not have the overworld function in the same manner as other Tales of games before it, and it hurt them a little bit. And a really good way, and this is also a way of, like, Tales of as a studio before they got bought out by Berseria were kind of running a little low on funds. They recycle the map. I mean, it's the same world, so you'd be like, yes, that makes sense, but everything is recycled. There was a very important comparison that somebody made in a video of, look at these two images, can you tell me which one is Zillia and which one's Zillia 2? You can't, because it is one-to-one recycled, and if it weren't for the fact that he was walking around as Jude in his default costume from Zillia 1, you would only be able to tell based on who you were walking around as. It's because they specifically chose to make Jude look identical to the way he looks in Zillia 1 that you literally can't tell which game is which. And while that's never an inherently bad thing, it is evident of multiple things that were going on behind the scenes in Tales of as a studio.
Have you seen Yakuza games, Z?
Not really, no.
Oh, are you aware of the fact that they use the exact same map every single game?
I was not.
Someone may correct me here, but at least like for most of the games, they use the same exact city and the same exact map layout for like all of the mainline series of Yakuza games.
Like, okay, Zillia is good. I like Zillia. I like the story of Zillia, but the things that they wanted for Zillia, I don't think was actually possible financially for them. And because Zillia didn't make as much money as they had planned, things happened the way they did.
Well, I think we all could use a little time to think things over.
Sad.
And
Limitations.
Yeah. And it's like, it's really unfortunate, because I feel like, because my focus is the characters and their plots, their designs, obviously, they are important, I like the way they look, but I feel like if the map was more simplified, in the same manner that most Tales of games were, there would have been more room, because, like, it's hard to describe, but you can tell it's very different. It's visually very different than its predecessors, and there's a reason why Arise doesn't look that way. Mostly due to the part that Bamco has way more money than Tales of did, and also they put the guy responsible for God Eater for the character designs and things like that. But, I feel like Zillia was an example of an attempt at a level of ambition that they were not able to financially follow through with. And then, in order to make up for those perceived losses, they made Zillia 2, which is still a good story and has good added characters, and I like it. But completely one-to-one recycled a lot of the game's environments from the first Zillia in order to save money. So they were able to get a second game out quickly without having to add too many new things in terms of environment.
Yeah, because building a map is a lot.
But it unfortunately was not enough. And that's a shame. Because I like the Tales of series, and I really don't like the direction that Bamco has been taking it. Like, there's only one game, but there's also a mobile game.
Oh.
And so I've not really been a fan of what Bamco has been doing with the Tales of series.
And it doesn't have co-op.
Yeah, there's also the matter of Tales of was always a subgroup. Like, Bamco funded them.
Yeah.
And I think before Zillia had even come out, Bamco wanted to buy them so they could completely own the intellectual property. So they kind of likely also intentionally sabotaged them a little bit. But we'll never know because they'll never admit to it.
Kids are all right.
They will never tell us the true intentions.
Shut up, PlayStation. I know the summer sale's going on.
Was there a reason Symphonia had no voice? I mean, Symphonia had voice acting, just nowhere near as common as Vesperia.
The reason why Symphonia didn't have as much voice acting is because that game was originally on the GameCube.
So, a mix of progression, a mix of
Now, as for why the English voice acting doesn't voice the skits, but the Japanese dub does, is them not wanting to pay the voice actors.
Yep. It's okay. I think our voice acting is pretty
Sorry
good.
to have dragged you all the way out here.
We were good at voice acting. Definitely. Definitely didn't hurt my throat after one stream.
Oh, what's with that face?
Hearing you apologize like that puts me.
Did I ever play Undertale? No, I haven't played
You still have to
Undertale.
deliver that letter to Bellius, right?
Yeah, but if I can't see her until the new moon, then
Funny
that's
you
that,
asked
ain't
that.
it?
Someone asked me that like last stream.
Till then, I'm at the mercy of the princess's whims.
I mean, the skits don't have voice acting in that one either. Largely for
no.
the same reason, but for the 3DS version, it actually was a benefit because there's not enough space.
Well, aren't you easygoing?
There's
Downloading
more-
the game and half
there's-
of it is voice acting.
Yeah, there's more voice acting overall in Tales of the Abyss, but the skits are not voice acted. No, the skits are silent in the English dub as well.
You sure about that? If we spend too long out here and you miss the new moon, the Don will yell at you for sure.
They didn't pay my boy you.
I'm used to being yelled at.
Oh, I found something.
I wonder what you found. Looks like a
Could it
cactus.
be?
It ain't like we're gonna run out of new moons.
Oh my
anytime soon.
god, it's Patty's dad.
You certainly sound patient. You sure about this?
Of course.
I hope you laugh.
Patience is something you'll learn with age.
Ugh, I swear.
Well, making the right decisions is part of being an adult too.
What's he
Leave as
gonna
soon as I
teach
feel
us?
like
Curry! Oh, I hope it's normal
Anyway,
curry.
let me travel
What
with
do you
you
mean
kids
by
for a
that?
while longer.
Sure.
Chicken.
Whatever you want.
I know curry is chicken. Please tell me it's chicken curry. Wait, how do I check? Oh no, I'll cook it.
Did you see what ingredients they gave you?
No, it just said you obtained 3 ingredients. Meat, rice, potato, onion, carrot. You know what? That's acceptable.
Yeah, because it's the Japanese style of curry.
Japanese curry, yes.
Because the
I would
meat,
re-
the meat is most likely some form of beef.
beef, yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
If you have more lines in a game, do you get paid more? Yes.
I can't believe Ruin's Gate was
You'd
secretly
hope
selling
so, at
weapons.
least.
It would be a very bizarre situation that no one is complaining about if that were not the case. Yes, typically the more lines you have, the more expensive you are, which is why, but there's also, like, because of unions and things like that, there are agreed base rates for how much, for the voice actors' time, because they, you know, they're sought out, so they get requested more, and so agreeing to do a thing, and yada 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 yada. So that's why some voice actors that played roles, for example, Troy Baker, do not get recast as those roles in later games because whoever is responsible for casting the English voice actors determines that Troy Baker is too expensive.
Oh gosh, what was I gonna say
That
to
they were
that? Oh
smuggling
no.
them illegally out of ruins.
I lost my train of thought. Can you repeat what you said at the start? Ah.
Sometimes you have to have shadow where there's light, I guess.
That's so sad, though.
Oh, I forgot. Darn.
Well,
I
even
really
don't worry
wanted
about
to
those
comment
guys.
something on
Just
that.
keep living your life the way you know is right.
Guys, we're on a budget and we can't get Troy, just get merch there. Yeah, there's also things like availability, but like the reason why they didn't even ask Troy Baker to come back for Yuri for the portions that are re-recorded in this game is because they didn't want to pay him.
Yeah. I remember now. There's a
Victory with
there's a
pride.
bunch of factors that go into like how much you get paid. Like
I think they already
Oh.
I think they already had to pay him just for reusing his voice, but I don't know how.
Yeah.
I know that's how it is in like shows and movies and things like that, but I don't know if that's the same for video games. But yes, there's probably still Troy still probably got royalties for the use of his voice in the remastered version of the game in Definitive Edition. But they didn't want to pay him more than they already had to.
Yeah, in some remakes or remasters, you'll hear like very different, well, not very different, like somewhat different music, and that's mostly because they can't.
Feels like we're almost there.
Either they can't contact, or the
Hey,
person who actually made the music won't license it out again.
Any examples?
Oh gosh.
It's of what I said, where they still have to pay the voice actor and royalties for using their voice still. There's a joke in Steven Universe that does that, where there's a fusion character. I don't remember her name because I didn't really watch it, but I remember it being brought up as conversation, which is what, informed me of this being the case, where I think it's Nicki Minaj voices that fusion, and they use a pre-recorded voice line later, and then there's like another appearance of that fusion where she doesn't say anything. She just appears and says nothing, but does whatever the episode she was supposed to show up in does. And then there's a gag in the show where there's like this fusion that's doing like a game show host thing, and you hear a voice line from that fusion, and the lady she whispers like, "Do we still have to pay her for that? Do we? Oh, okay, all right." Because they used her voice.
Jeffo, to that, there was the big one that I remember, which was GTA 4.
Let's wait until we've wrapped up our current job to talk about
But
that.
I guess that one doesn't count because that has a lot of, like, actual music. GTA is full of, like, real music.
Yes.
And licensing that out is, like, an absolute pain. So the remake and the remaster would, like, the remake to the original would have different music. But if you want, like, a more precise one, I'm pretty sure a Sonic game could not use the original soundtrack and had to, like, remake their soundtrack. I am looking it up now, and there's a thing. Hang on. Oh wait, what? Rayman 3 had different music. Huh. Oh, here we go. Sonic CD mobile port had to have different music from the normal original game, because they wouldn't license out, like, the creator wouldn't license out the music again. So hey. Oh yeah, there's confirmation of what you said about Steven Universe.
Yes.
Is he?
It was Nicki Minaj. I'm glad I remembered that. I didn't remember the character's name, but yes.
Yuri.
Other than the initial appearance, any other time Sugilite, I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry, appears, they're either completely silent or it's a pre-recorded line from the first time she showed up.
Hey, why the long face?
Is the desert really as dangerous as they say?
Because they didn't want to pay Nicki Minaj every time they needed to use that fusion.
I don't think you dare joke around with such a serious look
That
on
would
her
be
face.
expensive.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah.
That's gotta be
I've
expensive.
dragged all of you all the way out here.
It's true.
She's a very busy lady.
You should stop worrying about all of us.
Anytime Troy got
Last-
replaced by Matt, what were they besides Persona 4 Golden? Persona 4 Golden wasn't when he got replaced. It was Persona 4 Arena Ultimax was the first time we heard Matt Mercer instead of Troy Baker as Kanji. Which means there are only 2 games where he's voiced by somebody, by Mercer. Every other instance, it's Troy.
Z, I'm sorry to stop the conversation, but why is Patty like this?
Huh?
Oh, pain.
Valvatorez got Mercered. Anytime he shows up as a DLC character, all of his voice line sound effects from Disgaea 5... No, Disgaea D2, if he shows up in that. But if he doesn't, then Disgaea 5. Disgaea 5 onward, it is Matthew Mercer, not Troy Baker. Which makes sense because he doesn't really have... He's not a story character, so he has next to no voiced dialogue. Outside of making battle sounds and quotes. Which, by the way, if there is a performance that has made you go like, damn, Troy, it's Valvatorez. He goes hard as Valvatorez. Holy shit. I'm so excited. I want to play 4 just so I can hear him talk.
But what about you? What do you want to do?
Me?
You were saying that you need to figure out who you are, weren't you?
Yes, that's true, but...
Estelle, you're Brave Vesperia's client.
Oh no.
If you tell us to go somewhere, we'll go there. And if you tell us to go for you, we'll find Pharaoh and drag him back here.
Yuri... Then
There's no need to rush to give me an answer. Take your time.
Why Yuri Lord? Most of it's because they sound similar. He's a good imitator of Troy's voice. It's not one-to-one, as we noticed when we went from Persona 4 Arena into Arena Ultimax. It's very not one-to-one. But it's close enough. Don't forget to lower the music to 0% to hear him talk. I hate how that's true. I hate how that's true. He goes so hard, and he throws his voice everywhere in octave and pitch constantly that the music fights with him. There's a very beginning point where he speaks really quietly, and you actually can't hear him because the music's too loud.
No. I mean, that's kind of bad mixing on the audio people's end as well.
Huh? You're still here?
What? Were you feeling lonely?
Shame, though. They missed out on a lot.
What is the quote again? Oh god, it's like... I'm gonna do it. I'm looking it up.
Oh no. Oh my god, Jeppo. Steering clear, cause but oh. Wait, I'm getting
Switching to
deep
main scene and
patty
I'm
lore.
hiding chat. And I am doing this.
Oh, are you gonna pull something up?
Yes.
Should I make your screen big?
Well, you're not gonna be able to hear it.
Dripping.
Oh, this is true.
Sinking into its skin. What a splendid taste. The extract of life overflows and fills my body. I can feel its power. Oh, the waves of ecstasy. Oh,
What the fuck, text? I wanted something without edits!
these
No.
insignificant creatures known as sardines!
Anyway, that's that's enough of that. That's the only one I wanted to show. And that is your introduction to that character. There is more to it than that, but that's not why you're here. You're not here to watch cutscenes of Disgaea 4. You're here to watch
Tales of Vesperia.
yeah! Just, you know, I needed to throw that out there, that he has fun with that character, and you can tell.
Isn't the reason that you've been wandering around here because you're the one who's lonely and wanted to see me?
You got me. Now marry me.
Oh, you're in the patty scene as well.
When I get to it. I'm not sure yet. Personathon is kind of a thing that's happening.
Oh my.
Just an acquaintance of hers.
Z, can I say when we first, like, the screenshot I shared?
Yeah, sure.
when we first started, like, oh, what was it, back in October, right? Yeah.
I got the info about the Maristella that you wanted.
I was like, oh, when
But first,
when should we start? When should we start playing Tales of Symphonia together? And I suggested after the Persona-thon. Thank God Z didn't say yes to that.
it's a rumor I
Otherwise we
heard.
wouldn't have
Is it
started.
true?
Yeah.
So it is
And-
true.
We're so polite and everything.
If
And now
that's
I'm
the
just
case,
like,
then I
look at
can't
this
give
me.
that to you. If it gets out that I did business with the granddaughter of a guy who broke the guild's rules, no one will trust me.
Ifrit is.
Oh,
I
bye,
don't know about
Patty.
you, but for those of us who live in the world of the guilds, Ifrit is the most unforgivable guy
Everyone
out
in this
there.
game,
I can't afford to be involved.
feel
in
like they don't
someone going
like
around
each other.
claiming to be one of his relatives. So don't you show your face in front of any of us ever again.
they really don't like each other. Oh, there you are, Carol.
Will it be 1 or 4? It'll be 4, because I have played 1 through 3. We will play 4, and then I have Disgaea D2, and 5, and 6, but I don't own 6 yet. I'll buy that later. It's a ways off.
And if you pull anything on any of the members of my guild out of resentment, we're not gonna take it lying down.
If you
I
have
can
like the
guarantee you
PlayStation
you'll regret it
streaming
if you
thing,
think that
I'm
World
pretty sure
Cellar
it
is no
comes
more
with
than a map-making guild.
4, 5, and 6.
But I'd never do
But I might be
anything
wrong.
like that.
Oh, really? In any case, the blood of a coward who would attack ships while feigning to protect them runs through your veins. I can't even begin to guess what's running through your head. And as for you, I don't
Oh,
know if
like,
you're really her husband. but I'd
Regarding
suggest
Disgaea,
steering
right,
clear
what do you
of this
think
one.
is the best one to start on?
So you just take it all in silence, huh?
Repeat the question, please?
Regarding Disgaea, which game is the best one to start on?
Go in order.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, D2, 5.
Oh. Okay.
Because the mechanics of Disgaea expand upon themselves as the game progresses. And so playing a later game and then going backwards does weird things to you.
Yeah.
Because it's a tactical turn-based RPG, not having the stuff that you would have gotten used to playing a later game can mess you up in one. Hard.
Yeah.
Magic change. Monster weapons. Monsters kind of actually sucking. If you don't... If you familiarize yourself with something that a later game has and then play 1... It's gonna be weird. Like, if you played 5 and then played 1, maybe. But magic changes in 5. So...
Yeah, like, I
Start
I
with 4,
played-
then do 1, and never play 2. Yeah, 2's English dub
it's something.
uses a word
Oh.
and combines it with another character's name to form what is supposed to be perceived as a charming nickname for this character's sibling.
Oh no. How bad are we talking here?
It's the R word.
Oh no.
And the character's name is Taro.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not gonna be playing that.
Yeah. I think the stuff with Rosalind and Adele is great. Those characters, those two, being his siblings and being in the game as often as they are, yeah.
Okay, I might skip 2 then. D2's not the same as 2 though, right?
No, D2 is a direct sequel to Disgaea 1. And the thing is the mechanics for 2 are actually kind of nice, and I liked the mechanics for 2. But yeah, it's like, oh.
I just hate that word. That's not a good word.
No, it's not a good word. That's why when that's why when it got thrown out twice in BlazBlue for the fucking Calamity Trigger recap, I was like, he never says this word in Continuum Shift. Why is he saying this word? Why is there a 2 when D2 is the sequel? Because until D2, Disgaea 1 is an isolated story from 2, which is an isolated story from 3, and so on and so forth. D2, Disgaea D2, A Brighter Darkness, is a sequel. It's like Xillia and Xillia 2 are sequels to each other, but have nothing to do with any other Tales of game. It's basically so the abbreviation wouldn't be D2. It's DD2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, my point was like, I started with 5 and I was like, wow, there's way too many mechanics. And there's way too many mechanics to take care of. I don't know what's important, and I kind of just ended up not playing the game. I know. But I tried 4. I'll admit, 90% of the reason I tried 4 was because of Prinny Girl.
Because of Fuka?
I saw a girl in a pretty costume and I was like, I need to know her.
I need to know her, and I need to be disappointed in her personality.
Oh no, she's not. Oh no.
I don't like Fuka that much.
But I kind of like played 5 hours. So I was like, oh yeah, it's a bit simpler, and then like for some reason I never picked it up again.
No, Jippo. Disgaea 1 and Disgaea 2 are not PS3. They are... I don't know, is Disgaea 1 PS2? I know Disgaea 2 is PS2. She's way better than Dogboy. I like Fenric. I just wish he wouldn't use some of the words that they make him use. Okay, I like Patrick Seitz' performances as characters because I think he has a really good voice. But Fenric is very mean. Fenric is very mean. I don't like the ignores everything to force their own narrative type of character.
Whoa.
And that is Fuka. She is convinced she is in a dream, and despite being shown evidence multiple times that it is in fact not a dream, she doubles down and goes, no, this is totally a dream.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
So you don't even know who you are yourself, huh?
I don't know. I just saw...
She's softened with Desco. They're a good duo. There's a limit to how much I enjoy the two of them together, but Fuka by herself is significantly less fun than Fuka and Desco.
No.
I know that much at least.
That's a shame. Why do I get like in this game I'm like, oh wow, I want to know more about Pirate Girl. And then they end up being the most annoying character.
Then wasn't there something?
Why am I like this?
Why am I like this?
Every character I point out, they become annoying.
All sorts of things. I don't care about any of that nonsense.
As far as you know, the PS2 games aren't on there. Yeah, Disgaea 1 and Disgaea 2 for PC, they are on Steam. One crashes. After a certain point in the game, you have to turn off battle animations, else the game will just crash.
Lovely.
2 apparently did the same, but they fixed it. Not that that matters if you're not going to play 2. 3 is not on Steam because it would have been Absence of Detention, which used PS Near, because it was a Vita game, and anytime you try to use that as PS TV, unless you do a very specific thing, the game just does not function out of the tutorial, and I don't think NAS wants to deal with trying to remove that feature just to port that game. So, we're probably not going to see Disgaea 3 on Steam anytime soon. The only way to play it is either if you have a Vita, or you're playing the PS3 version, which doesn't have as much content as the Vita version.
Sounds like a good excuse to get a PlayStation TV, if you ask.
4 is on PS3, Steam, and Switch, because they did Disgaea 4 Complete Plus, which is also the Vita version with extra content, which was... What is it called? A Promise Revisited. So Complete Plus is basically all of the stuff from the base game, which was A Promise Unforgotten, and the extra content of A Promise Revisited, as well as all the DLC that was for Promise Unforgotten. As well as adding some things that were not in either version of the game, like the cheat shop, which was a thing for D2 and 5, Disgaea D2, and 6. Basically just adding a couple of extra things, as well as a cheat code on the main menu that unlocks all of the stuff that you would have had to have grinded for in the item world. So that's fun.
Yep.
The PSP versions will be on PS3 store. Probably not too crazy, Jeppo. At least those versions, not really. Complete Plus is a full-priced game. 3 only works on PS TV and US, and it randomly gives you pop-up error that interrupts gameplay. Okay, yeah. Because it's trying to do PS Near. And it's like, no!
Wait, no, we're not on a Vita.
What good would crying get me? You see, my motto is, no matter how tough the situation is, crying gets you nowhere.
Well, I guess it's really none of my
business. US version. I don't really know why it wound up that way. It just kind of did. But, basically, every single one except for 3 is on Steam. And there are, you know, game design limitations that caused that to be the case.
And 3 has the best intro.
Vita games aren't region locked, so the Japanese version won't work on any PST, and the US version will work on any region's PSTV. Huh. So the game is not region locked, but the console is. Oh yeah, that's right! Because Sony does this weird thing where some games can be okay. When people make a game, for anything, they can make it region locked, where it will not the console will recognize that it is it's not in alignment with the version of the console that is trying to run it, and will not let you run the game. I think that's really dumb. But generally speaking, Vita games and most PS3 games aren't region locked. The consoles are locked. So my version of Star Ocean, which is a PS4 game, so it's also the case for any instance of me playing a PS4 game, Star Ocean 5, Tales of Vesperia the Best, which is the PS3 version, which is in Japanese, and my 3-pack of Tales of Symphonia 1 and 2, and Grace's F, None of those are US versions of the game. Tales of Vesperia, the best, is the Japanese version. Star Ocean 5 and that 3-pack of Tales of games are the UK versions. They run on my US PS3 and PS4 for Star Ocean 5. Yeah, consoles aren't region locked. It's just that every region's version of the game is essentially treated as a different game.
Yeah. Gosh.
So none of those games I've gotten. I did kind of. Okay. Okay. Well, Heart is muted. I got pretty lucky with that, where I ended up getting games like I could play the PS3 version of this game. I just wouldn't be able to read any of what was being said, and I kind of want to do it just for fun sometime in the future. Just because I own it, right? May as well. Because I got it not realizing that it was all in Japanese. There was one thing, though. I wasn't able to redeem the downloadable content. That was for Star Ocean 5, because the code only worked for UK PSN.
I'll take that code from you.
Do you own Star Ocean 5?
No.
That's what I thought. Couldn't you change it to English in options? No, because the PS3 version of Tales of Vesperia is Japan only. Therefore, there is no language option. It's just in Japanese. Japanese voice acting, Japanese text. It was never ported to anywhere else in any other language. It was a Japan-only thing. That was why Definitive Edition was so big for people overseas, because it was essentially an HD remaster of the PS3 version. Just, they injected recycled recording. They injected the recording from the Xbox 360 version to cover for most of the game, and then re-recorded or recorded new lines for other things.
Still, it's
that were
like
not
you
in
can
the
go
original.
Treasure hunting without any clues.
Oh, don't worry. I've got clues.
Z, can I just say really quick? You're in that position looks very cool on your screen.
Oh, with the Dark Enforcer outfit?
Yes. He looks like he's wearing a scarf.
It's because he is.
Yeah. I like Yuri.
Scarfed Yuri.
Scarfed.
Where be Rita? Oh, hi, Judith.
Oh, where are you off to?
Nowhere in particular, just going on a walk. What about you? Where were you going?
I just wanted to get a look at the desert terrain we were going to be headed into next.
It's good to be prepared. So how was it?
It just kind of happens like that.
It was hot.
More like scuffed.
Well, I assumed as much.
Pudding.
Well, it wasn't as hot as I thought it'd be.
Well, okay. But what I
Oh
wanted
gosh,
to know
I forgot
was
how
if
to
Pharaoh was out
sleep.
there.
Right. That'd be nice.
Oh well, I guess we couldn't expect him to be that easy to find. What?
You want to go out and check for yourself?
No, that's okay. If we head out to
I
look
feel
for
like
it, we
something
should do
weird
it
is
together.
happening in this city.
Oh, I see.
Just a little weird. Like a hostile takeover.
Where's Rita?
Rita is... Oh my god. Let me think. She's in the inn.
Oh, she's inside
Yes.
the inn. Okay.
Yeah, she's inside the inn.
There is one thing that I've noticed, and I don't know if you've been experiencing it because of the PC version, but there is occasional slowdown in this game.
You can't open that
I
without a
have
key.
not seen that yet.
Yeah, I think if you... Like, it's never long, and it's never that bad. But it does occasionally slow down. And it's not great,
Yeah.
but hey.
No.
I already owned it in this form. Why buy the Steam version?
Yeah.
Other than us having the multiplayer, but you wouldn't have first player control.
Ha ha ha. And we don't want to pay an extension.
I know.
Next
Are you
Tales
really
of
gonna
Game
retard
will
it?
be back to co-op, I swear.
Yes, I am.
Even if it
Problem
kills
with
us.
that?
Well, the choices are this. I buy the Steam versions of Vesperia and Vesperia, and I have first player control.
Mm.
Other option. You buy the Steam versions of Vesperia and Vesperia, and a PS4 or 5 controller. Or an Xbox controller. Because
Yeah.
it's clear that the Switch
Not
controller
like
has struggled.
Switch.
Yeah, it doesn't like your Switch controller. Option 3, I buy that $75 attachment to plug into my console to convince Parsec that your controller is hooked up to my PlayStation. And not is wirelessly being plugged, or is wirelessly sending a signal from being plugged into your PC across the ocean.
Damn.
Either way, the one that's going to end up spending the least is option 1. You will spend more because you would have to buy the 2 games and the controller, and I would have to spend a lot more because despite owning the games on console, a $75 USB is kind of annoying.
Yes.
Nope.
You saw what happened
Tales
in
of
North Africa.
Tatooine. Z buys Zestiria, Bamco. Damn, Zestiria is popular. Let's make a sequel.
Yeah, they're just checking their charts one day and they see two sales of the games and they're like,
Crystal inside the box interferes with air somehow.
Interferes with air? How could a tiny box like this do something like that?
I don't know.
oh,
That's why I wish I could open this box somehow.
Like, I don't know. I just...
it's annoying.
I mean, that's what we were looking into, because I wanted to try PS4, PlayStation Remote Play, but my internet's not strong enough. Apparently my internet's not strong enough to even do that.
There's a good chance that we'd be able to find a key for the box
No.
and lure again.
It's just like, how?
For me, this doesn't have anything to do with Estelle wanting to return.
I mean, I
anymore.
guess you'll be streaming like 4 separate times.
True. I'd be streaming the game to you to play, then I'd be streaming the game to on Twitch to stream,
Yeah.
and...
PS4 to PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of steps in there that makes it a little rough, but I know why.
Yeah.
It's because my upload is less than 100. It's because my upload is 40 on a good day.
So then you're gonna look for the
Actually, that's a lie. I pay... The plan that we have is 40, but it's really like 25 to 30 on a good day.
Oh,
Yes, if I can.
hang on.
If you can.
Miss you.
Thank you.
I can't leave Estelle behind.
Sure you can, if you want to.
You don't use an
like
official
to leave her
controller though,
behind,
right?
but
You said.
I can't.
For Switch? No,
Oh,
because they're never...
for PC. Sorry.
Oh, for PC? No, I have an Xbox One controller.
Oh, I thought you said you had a Power 8 one. What did you have a Power 8 one for?
Switch, because Switch doesn't sell their official controllers in store.
Do they not?
No.
Really?
No, they don't. The Power A one, like, that's not a knockoff. That's officially licensed to be a Switch controller, but it is not Switch's official Switch controller.
Yeah, because I'm using Switch's official controller.
You can only
Which
get...
is why it's messing up.
You can only get the official Switch-made Switch controller, Nintendo-made Switch controller, online. Here. It's not in stores.
Huh. How weird.
They use PowerA and another brand. Because the PowerA ones are cheaper, and the other ones are wireless.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem like this before. Why? She couldn't be serious about going alone into the desert, could she?
I know you're not that far yet, but
Powerade is the Gatorade knockoff. It is. When restaurants use Powerade instead of as like the energy drink in the drink fountain instead of anything else. What's the other one? Powerade's not the only one. I don't know why Nintendo wanted that in their controllers.
Do you want a Coke? Is Pepsi okay?
Carol, this is for you.
Huh? What's
Oh,
going
excuse
on,
me.
Still?
The hell?
What's this?
I had an air bubble in my mouth, and then it... and then I didn't... I don't know why I did that. It made a really weird noise.
This is payment for your services. I'm sure you'll be able to sell it for quite a sum. I want to thank you all for everything you've done.
Huh? What do you mean? You haven't found what you're looking for yet.
I'm afraid I must take my leave.
Be quiet, the gods here.
Take your leave? What are you gonna do?
You're not thinking of going alone, are you?
My desire to meet Pharaoh is a personal one.
Are you crazy?
Oh.
That's way too dangerous!
Which is why I must go alone.
Yeah.
I won't have the rest of you caught up any further in my own selfish quest.
Maybe Nintendo just
Do
doesn't make
justice
very
and
good
punish the
controllers.
unjust.
They have to license it out. SMH Nintendo. SMH.
I think that could be said for a number of things that Nintendo has done.
Huh?
Nintendo doesn't make very good
That's
consoles.
one of the laws of our guild.
Yeah, that's why there's literally no games on one of them. That's a lie, but it's less of a lie than people claiming that the Vita was like that.
There's no justice in letting Estelle march into the heart of the desert all by herself.
If I hold on to it, it'll become a rare item soon enough.
I was referring to the Switch.
Oh. I thought you were slandering the Wii U.
I don't think I have it in me to break our laws. How about you, Carol?
Oh, who's that?
If you only wanted AAA games, that's true. Yeah, the Vita didn't have many AAA games.
It had a lot of JRPGs though.
It had a lot of things, just not AAA games.
Hmm.
There we go.
Right.
But for the Switch, it's just literally unless you want to play Nintendo games.
Yeah.
And then the occasional, like, why is this on here digital version that doesn't function very well? Like, I told this to Lizer, about how, like, Capcom likes to make PC ports that are kind of, like, subpar-ish and behave weirdly for their older games. Better than the Switch versions. There's RE4 is on the Switch, and despite being made to be compatible with the Wii, it is an inferior version to the Wii version of RE4. How do you do that?
It seems those are the rules.
Oh my god.
I'm terribly flattered, really, but I'm afraid I can't let you. Estelle, wait!
There are the DMC HD collection and 4, not the special edition, I don't think, are also on... No, only the HD collection is on the Switch, and that is also a worse version than the Steam version.
Good
Have
job.
you lost your marbles? We're talking about a force of nature here.
They just want money. True.
I mean, that can be said of any video game company, but it's like... Unless it was originally on a Nintendo console, and even then RE4 is not is an outlier to that statement. Most like games that were randomly like not available on a Nintendo anything until it was on the digital store for the Switch is typically considered the inferior version to any other version of the game that you could play. Like, I had this super mega rant about Tales of Symphonia, the remaster that I will not go back into again, but my rant was coming specifically for the Switch version.
Yes.
It was brought to my attention after that rant, as well as some own research by myself, that it was pretty much exclusively the Switch version that was like that. Like the Xbox One and the PS5 version, or the Xbox and PlayStation versions were fine, other than like the visual choices that they decided to alter that were really weird to me, but were like not like a detriment, just kind of a visual why. That's the only thing that the 3 versions share. It's just the Switch version is ass.
Which is
Switch
why
to
we're all going together.
Switch to when? You mean the OLED version that's already out?
I'll admit I'm a little scared.
A Switch with proper hardware.
Like that.
People quicker compare Disgaea to Final Fantasy Tactics, but it's just you're on a grid. You move characters in a spot, you tell them to do an attack, and then you either hit activate, which lets all the ones that you've selected do something, or end turn, which makes everyone that you selected to do something do their thing, and then your turn ends. It's fun.
Yeah.
You talk some sense into them.
I really want to give it another go.
If I start whining now, I'll have to go all the way back to Nordapalika by myself.
Because I like Fire
That's
Emblem
no
as
fun.
well, so... And it's kind of similar.
Ooh, there's no reasoning with any of you. Are you
But
sure
plus some of the attacks are kind of funny. and it's
Yes,
good, and it
I've
feels
thought a
good
lot
game
about
combos.
Oh, because that's an accessory that I put on her, Jeppo.
You all have something that's important to you. A goal you give everything to achieve.
It's why Carol has a pipe and mustache on his face.
I realized that I didn't have anything like that for myself.
I just didn't want to change anyone's accessories. Some characters are wearing outfits that aren't compatible with the accessories that they had, though, so they disappeared.
Yeah.
I made the decision to begin this journey,
Oh,
and
a
I
barrier
have to
and
finish what I've
oasis.
started. This is something I have to do for myself. Okay, you win. So we'll be aiming for the desert center. Huh?
Does that have customs? Yes.
Hey, I tried talking sense into you idiots. Rita.
There's actually no real need for you to come,
Hey.
Rita. You've got
Cool.
your Krena
So
research to
we're
worry
heading
about,
into
don't
the
you?
desert.
Yes!
There's no
We're
telling
desert
There are-
trains.
we'll get into if I don't
There
keep an
are
eye
some
on you.
missables that I'm gonna do first, but you can just go right for it if you want.
The Air Krene isn't going anywhere. We'll check up on it later. But we're not leaving
is it
until
is it
we've taken
important
care of all
missables
our
or
preparations.
like weapons and stuff? Or...
A
Cat. I can't touch the cat
Wait, where the cat? Oh, there the cat.
in the end.
That's like the third or fourth time the game has been like, here is the cat. You cannot interact with the cat.
It's
I think we had a pretty good idea if things would
this
turn out
game's
like
worse
that
than
from the start.
Symphonia for that reason.
No. Desert levels suck. Ah!
Yeah.
I think water levels tend to suck more.
Thank you.
This one has a gimmick the first time you go through it that's kind of annoying, but it's not the end of the world.
Are we gonna
Everything
make
settled?
it to the thing you were telling me about in time?
Well, what did you decide?
We're going to the center of the desert.
I had a feeling, so I've made some arrangements. The innkeeper has agreed to help us.
Also,
We'll want to be good and rested before we
also
leave this town
Pharaoh in
behind,
the
that's for
desert.
sure.
Haha, I get it.
You're always thinking about your next nap, aren't you?
One good desert level. I can't really name any that are like super standout great, but like I said, it's kind of more like it's just a place. Like the Legend of Zelda deserts are all fine. I like them. Of the ones that I've played, there may be some that are not as good as others, but like Skyward Sword, despite not having that interesting of a mechanic because of its heavy reliance on the motion controls that are not that spicy as it was portrayed to be, they had like the time mechanic where you would like hit these things and they would activate something that would put the area back in the past before it became a desert, and that was cool. I liked that. And in Twilight Princess, the desert is very large and has a lot of nothing in it, but the dungeon and its mechanics centered around the fact that it is in a desert is really fun. And also the boss in that dungeon is the coolest just because of how silly it is. Because of the weapon that you get in that dungeon.
Yeah, but I sleep so much better if I have a little company.
That's a good. That is a good map. However, I wouldn't count it.
Why
I don't think most.
Oh,
I'm
Battlefield
talking
1.
to Jeppo's
What
thing.
Pharaoh
Yeah, sorry. I was gonna say I wouldn't count it because it's a multiplayer map. Not your onesie, don't worry. But like, are you taking a break soon or?
Whoa, are you okay, old man?
Oh,
It's just the sound of money
Are we
gets this old heart racing. Stop that jingling, would you, Carol?
Huh? All right.
I don't know what that title was either.
yeah.
I don't know why she got
I
trophy wife.
I wanted to say that as well. It was really weird, and I don't understand why she got trophy wife.
It might
And I
have
don't know-
been a translation thing.
No, I wasn't thinking of
And I don't know why
just that saving lots
Raven
of money
Raven
feels
said that
good,
line
you know?
before anyway.
You know what they call that,
That was
kid?
really creepy.
Penny pinching. That's what.
There's no use hoarding your money for later. You gotta spend it all at once. Go wild.
No, that's even worse. You kids have got no sense of moderation.
All right, old man, then what do you think we should do with it?
Just invest it in Old Raven. My secret guild knowledge will give you back 100 times as much.
Pass.
Do it again.
Do it
No.
again.
No,
Oh.
he's stuck.
Can we stay the night here? Hello.
He was just doing backflips.
Yeah, because he loves the desert.
What's with this night?
Well, will you be staying the night?
Yeah, we're going into the desert, so we came into town to gather provisions and get some rest first.
How old is Raven? Older. I don't really know specifically, and if you look it up, you'll get spoiled, so don't.
Oh,
I was just about to do that, so you know what, you're smart.
I was like, I don't remember, and I know if I say that, somebody's gonna look it up and see a thing.
I was about to say, hey, why don't I look it up and you have a guess? We'll make a little game out of it.
No, don't do that.
Dangerous.
Hey, let me look up. Oh, that's the final
I
boss.
see.
How can an age give you spoilers?
Cause it's everything. Like, if you Google anything related to a game,
It's gonna
You
tell
are
you more
probably-
information than what you're looking for, yeah.
Yeah.
In that
it's
case,
probably gonna
I'll
get you
your
to a
provisions
wiki,
together before
and
you
on that
sail.
wiki will be information.
Yes.
Even if it's like inconsequential, it'll be like stuff like family, and like
Have a nice day.
family, the final boss.
It's a Danganronpa situation.
Yes, exactly. Like you look up a character to see them, like to see some art or something, and it says on their wiki deceased. So oh, okay. Well then,
Anyway, time to get some sleep.
been trying to learn hex code for
Sleepy
hours
times.
just to get married now.
But man, I just can't relax with the knight standing out at the entrance.
It bothers you?
Yeah, it does.
If they're here to protect us, there ain't nothing wrong with
Hey,
that, is
Z,
there?
are you gonna take a break soon or?
Yeah.
All right, everyone, let's get
Yeah.
some sleep.
Well,
It has been 2 hours. Are we gonna keep going beyond this, though?
yeah.
Okay, good. That's all I was wondering about. Oh, pfft.
Yeah, thanks for the help.
I don't know your reasons for going out into the desert, but
Yeah, it's only 10 o'clock. A day in the sun.
He's only 35?
You expected older?
He acts like he's older.
How rude.
Thank you, Jumpy, by the way.
it would really be a good idea for you to stay in town.
Why do people call him Old Man, then? Because he kind of gave it to himself, and also Japan has this weird thing where people are old once they're no longer in their 20s.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We've already put a lot
Like-
of thought into it.
It's really weird considering, like, the average lifespan of a human being, especially somebody living in Japan. It's a lot higher than saying you're old at 30, but it's like, oh yeah, oh, you're almost 40, Jade. You must be pretty old.
I see. Well, as I promised.
Which is an actual line of dialogue in a skit in Tales of the Abyss.
Oh no.
Our canteens are this small?
Looks like enough to me.
Yeah, we should be able to
Oh.
get more water from certain types
I
of
gotta
cacti
say, the
growing in
victory
desert.
screen with the desert in the background
Right.
is kind of
If
cool.
we use them to fill up our canteens whenever we need more water, we should be fine. You sure know a lot.
Thank you very
And
much.
I like
You've been a great help.
her move. What's it called? Lunar Rise. More
It's the least I
combo.
could do. I'm giving that to you, so don't hesitate to use it as much as you like. Go out and turn right where the road forks. You'll find a lake at the end of the road. You'll be able to fill up your canteens there.
Gotcha.
Is the Vesperia movie good? I like it.
By the way,
It's like a prequel to
like
the events of the game. I did kind of, like, explain a super hyphenated, addended, summarized version of it before one of these streams. But you know. Also, thank you, Jumpy. The dice roll prediction is up. You can start putting your channel points in. Is it 1 through 10 or 11 through 20?
Oh, I don't know what to go
He
for.
was guarding me all night. I was so nervous.
What should I go for, Z?
One long
Why do you... I don't know.
That was a supervisor.
Here.
The knights are here to make sure that
I can't... You'll hold it against me if I tell you one thing and then it's wrong.
When have I ever held a vengeance on you?
I don't understand the reasons, but it's on the magistrate's orders. People other than
I
merchants
like
like
the
myself aren't
Vesperia
allowed out
movie.
of
As
their
someone who
houses.
knew nothing about it, I kind of liked it.
I see.
It was cool.
That's why we didn't see any townspeople outside.
I wonder if there's a crooked magistrate here too.
There was no magistrate in this town until recently, and then finally he arrived.
Phew.
Yes.
Oh my
Imperial
god, I'm
Knights have started to
sneezy
move
today.
into
I'm so
Nordopanica
sorry.
of late. It seems they may have already gone in to arrest Bellius.
Oh.
The appointment of a new Imperial magistrate to our town seems to be related to that as well.
The Imperial Knights are going to arrest Bellius?
Why is there an inflatable cactus in the desert?
Two different things are going on on screen right now. I haven't left yet. Any tips for Alan Wake? You heard it kind of controls like RE. Game is not that difficult. You can't hurt things until you shine your flashlight at them. And they, like, do this thing where all the, like, dark, smoky stuff disappears off of them. So just be careful of your battery levels, but it's not that resource managery. The DLC post stories made me worry for my battery levels more than the main game did, though.
They say that
Like, I had so many batteries.
the Great War behind the scenes.
Is he?
Yes.
I've just seen the mechanic for this level.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're saying. Well, I don't think the Empire will be able to
I
do
hope
much
it's not
so
too
long as
annoying.
Pasquale's there, but
Oh, what the hell? Oh my god. Someone's trying to get into one of my accounts.
thank you very
Oh
much
no.
for your business.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah, thanks for the help. Let's go fill up at the lake.
Don't change your password through that link.
This town's only on the
Oh
edge
no,
of the desert,
an
but the heat still
authenticator
got my
triggered.
head spinning.
I
Oh,
was like,
okay.
is this you?
Youngsters these
I
days
was
got
like, oh
no
no, that's not
stamina, I tell
me.
ya.
Uh-oh.
Whoa! No comeback from Rita.
It's hot.
Anyway, I hope this mechanic's
So
not too
hot.
terrible.
I think she's so hot she didn't even hear him.
I don't have yakisoba, I can't get the skit for this area.
Oh, you need yakisoba?
There's a skit where if you make yakisoba, in the desert.
Oh. How specific? Oh.
Hey, Estelle. Oh, Yuri. Is that what you were going to give us as payment? Yes. It's a memento of my mother. Mom. She passed away? Yes, when I was still a child. What about your mother, Yuri? Happened when I was a baby. I don't even remember what she looked like. I see. I thought that I was special, to never have a father or mother while I was growing up. But you, and Carol, and even Rita, you all grew up by yourselves too. Well, in my case, everyone in the lower quarter helped raise me. Everyone in the castle helped to raise me too. I still felt lonely sometimes. Whenever that happened, I would look at this memento and think of my mother. Helped bring up my spirits a little. Just reading dialogue while I listen to Take That in the background. Should I mute while I do this? So it's not over there? What are you doing trying to give? Yeah, I'm gonna mute. I'll be right back. It's weird.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing trying to give away something so important to you? You should
should
keep it safe. Maybe I'll even deafen.
Wait, should
do
I mute? I don't know if I should.
There we go. After I started this journey, I completely forgot about the memento of my mother. I think because I was with you, Yuri, I didn't need it anymore. I had stopped getting lonely. Are you going to get rid of it? We all have to leave our old memories behind. Everyone else is living fiercely and not worrying about the past. I need to learn how to grow up and move on too. If you don't want it, let me hold on to it for you. Yuri. Time will come when you're going to need it. You're going to want to reevaluate who you are. you'll need it to remind yourself who you were and how far you've come. You don't want to make any rash decisions now that you'll regret later. Maybe. You're right. But until then, please take care of it for me, Yuri. I lose sight of where I'm going. I may have to fall back on it. There'd be nothing wrong with that either. Yay. I'm back.
Oh,
I just felt like
hello.
it needed to be read aloud instead of just silently looked at. It was kind of weird because you're not watching it right now, so it's like...
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
My party's getting wiped.
Oh! That's fun.
Run away. It's fine. I don't mind you really. But yeah. Oh. Okay. Well, let me go revive everyone really quick. And use art. You're out of TP. I can't read. But yeah, is this like the missables? Are you doing like the missables and stuff?
Yeah, I'm doing some missables.
Yeah, because I was thinking to myself while looking over. I haven't seen that scene. That scene's not on there. Right. Okay. The mechanic isn't as bad as I thought it would be, so that's good.
Wait, is it a fight? Am I gonna fight? Why is this not voice acted?
Ow, ow, ow. Why is there a... Wait, what? Why is there an ice bat in the desert? Or is it because it's nighttime? It might be because it's nighttime.
Hey, by the way, this desert's gimmick is your hint for the boss.
Oh no. Do I have to like manage resources during the boss?
No.
Okay.
No, nothing that extreme. Don't worry about that.
Okay. I gotta say, Judith without TP is not a fun character to play.
No, she's very TP reliant. So is Regal. Yeah, there are some characters that really just need TP to do stuff. So that's why when I get an accessory that has passive TP regen, I'm going to put it on Judith. Usually you would want to put it on a healer, but no. No, Judith. Wait, that did not give me a lot of water at all. Oh no. I underestimated the water gain. Okay, so I got everything. Okay, cool. Now I will save. I had to spend a night at the inn twice. I essentially the free one and then a paid one and a second paid one. That's how I got all that extra stuff. Missable is an understatement. Missable is an understatement.
We discovered the blasty at the bottom of the oasis and have just been using it as is. A nice person in town told me that. And
I don't know what's worse than missable.
No one could move it. So I guess
I tried thinking of a word.
No one would trudge out into a scorching wasteland like this just to set up a barrier.
No, that explains it.
Guess there's
No.
a reason for everything.
I'm sorry, what did that enemy say?
What?
Hang on.
What did it do? What?
Hang on.
What?
Hang on a second. This enemy said something to me.
Did it insult you?
Yes. I need to listen to this. Oh gosh, how do I go on recent clips? Clips.
It didn't say anything bad, did it?
No. Hang on.
It insulted you, but it was a typical insult.
We filled up our water. I think we're ready to go.
Right.
It said fuck you.
It said fuck you. No way! This game is not mature. There's no way.
Boys and girls that break
Hang on, hang on.
by the magistrate.
It didn't. There's no way.
Go to 14 seconds. When it dies. Complete. I don't know what's worse than this. I tried thinking of a word. No. Oh. No. Oh.
Oh, it didn't say fuck you. It said QQ. Because I was like, the thing that you're fighting doesn't speak words, but it does kind of sound like it said fuck you. Here, let me share that for context with people. That's the clip. It does kind of sound, it kind of does, but it's not. It didn't actually say that. It just kind of sounded like it said that. Oh, right. I turned the volume off.
Oh, my bad. What?
I was like, why is this quiet? In fact, why is it dead silent? Because I turned the audio off.
That would explain it.
Stranger.
Please, forgive these children.
Well,
I will go and apologize in person to the magistrate on their behalf.
Hey, wait, aren't you?
okay. The fact that I have no TP means that
My deepest
I'm
apologies.
also learning how to do no TP combos.
You got this.
Maybe I could have handled that better?
No, you did fine, Estelle.
Hey, it worked, didn't it?
Thanks for saving us from those bad guys.
What? Ta ta ta.
What are your names?
That is a choice of voice.
My name's Alf. And my sister's Layla.
Did you not like the kid's voice?
Not really.
They got taken into the
I
desert
wanted to
in the
say something,
magistrate's
but I was like,
backyard.
oh, that might be a little bit mean, so
Someone
I
told me they're going
didn't
to
say
look for
anything,
Pharaoh.
but I'm glad you said it.
Pharaoh.
It's not a very good child voice.
No.
Yeah. But what do you think they're planning on doing once they find him?
And using the townspeople to do their dirty work?
I'm just getting into fights so I can get some XP.
Hey, bro, are we gonna go look for Mommy and Daddy?
Oh, hers is not much better.
No, you're not. If you kids go into the desert, you'll die for sure.
Yeah, kids' voice acting in games can be
You kids
very
can't
hit or
go out
miss.
into the desert.
Really?
I don't mind.
This time it was a miss.
You don't mind, do you, Carol?
Nope. Fine by me.
You're surprisingly agreeable.
His guild is guided by justice, after all. Thanks, everyone!
Oh,
Take this, cause you're so nice.
the boss is gonna be something about like hitting the cactus, and then splurting water over the boss.
A glass bead?
I believe
You could
so.
purchase
Anyway.
It's our reward for taking the job.
Now that we've gotten paid in
Oh,
advance,
no.
we've got our work cut out for us, don't we, Carol?
Yeah, you're right.
What concerns me is that the Empire is investigating Pharaoh.
What? Oh, what? How's that a surprise?
Yuri? What's the matter?
I was just thinking about what the magistrate here could be planning. It's so strange that he'd be looking for Pharaoh.
And we have no healer.
Though I guess it makes sense if the Empire wanted to eliminate a monster that was trying to kill the princess.
But they don't know that he's after a
We
star
have
yet,
no
do they?
healer.
So why are they going after him?
Panic.
How should I know?
And we still don't know why there's a curfew in the
Oh.
town.
Anyway, first we should go to the sands of Khogor.
Hey, nice.
Right. We can look into the mysteries of this town once we come back.
If we don't rescue
Oh,
those
it's
kids'
hot. It's
parents
hot
soon,
in here
we'll
today.
keel over in this heat.
That's true.
So then, to get to the middle of the desert, we should go through here, right?
Yes. I think the parents of those children were probably taken this way too.
I'm role playing in the
Alright,
desert.
let's go.
Oh wait, what?
Oh wait, what? What?
It just changed to daytime
Yeah.
instantly. I was okay. Is it like on a timer, or is it just like steps walked or something?
I don't remember.
Oh.
But yes, the
okay.
gimmick of this desert is that it goes from day to night, and different things
There's
appear
no
based on whether
shade
it's day or night.
anywhere.
So,
Yes.
ice bats are night, fire bats are day, and yada yada. All that.
I never
Oh,
imagined
could that be the
this
gimmick
hot.
you were on about for the boss?
Nobody'd last long out here without the
Oh,
proper
yes.
supplies.
Oh,
What's
actually, I
with
think
him?
I remember
Looks like
you
he's out for a
told me.
walk in the park.
I'm pretty sure.
Hey, old man. Are you
Yes,
hot?
and we need to control Rita, don't we?
Heck yeah. I'm sizzling over here. Burning
Or
right
like
up.
extreme micromanage. I remember.
Lousy.
I feel
I'm
like
big
the
brain.
temperature goes up every time somebody says the word hot.
We'll be fine, so long as we remember to
Very
keep our
smart.
water well stocked.
Right,
Oh.
the cacti.
The parents of those children are out there with no supplies whatsoever.
We do have Pharaoh to look for, but
Yes. Would it be alright if we took care of Alf and Layla's request first?
But
you've more than fulfilled your obligation to me.
Oh,
still.
Okay then, let's find their parents.
Was that Pharaoh?
Then he really is somewhere in the desert.
Settle down. You'll get plenty of attention once we're done helping those kids.
A day in the sun.
We keep going and going, but all we get is more sand.
We
and
have
more blue
barely...
sky.
We haven't even taken
Better
a
than
single
me
step,
if you can
Raven.
Look at the sky, Raven. The only thing I see is sand.
Raven's
How
just
come an old fart
excited.
like you has so much energy anyway?
Talking's only gonna wear you out. If one of us goes down,
Oh
it'll be
gosh, what's
about all we
happened to
could manage
Carol's
to get them
voice?
back to safety.
Ooh, a
And I,
chest.
for one, am in no mood to be giving out piggyback rides.
If I collapse, Raven, you can carry
Remember
me.
that break we were gonna
Sorry,
take?
but this back's reserved for later.
Raven's afraid of vultures.
Die before I collapse.
I won't let myself be a burden either.
I would be too,
same
if
goes
I
for
was
me,
a
of
raven.
course.
Hey, there's no reason to go stomping
Oh.
on old man's feelings, is there?
That was a good one.
I'm glad. Everything's turned on good. Oh yeah, break.
Get ready. I'm taking you down.
What?
Someone protect
Woo!
me, Cat.
Violent pain!
What?
Rita learned a new spell.
Gotcha. It's the grinding time now. Did I miss?
Woo!
Oh. Come on,
Azure
new
Heaven's
skills.
pretty good.
Destructible evil. Cavalry. Flickering blaze burn. Fireball. That's so good.
Hey.
Here's some display. Help me out when I'm casting. I'll protect you.
Shh, Rita, it's okay.
Priest of innocent waters.
Izzy, I really need to get some water.
Them thy undefined
Yes. Let me get out of this fight.
Yes. I definitely stop you mid-fight, baby. Oh. You got this.
Game is weirdly loud during combat. For me.
Oh. Oh no.
It'll be fine. But I'm gonna take a break. You're gonna take a break? We're both gonna take a
Yes.
break? Yes.
I can go for like another hour, so.
Okay.
If that works for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll do that dice roll.
Yes.
So.
Come on, 10 and under. I didn't see. What's the prediction scores? Oh no. It won't show me. It's fine.
Yes. I'll be back in a little bit. So take this as
Yeah.
an opportunity to take a bit of a break yourselves, and we'll be back shortly.
Whoa.
Val is being very cute. Oh, no, he stopped. Never mind. He was laying in his bed cutely. But he just stood up. What? Switching scenes. Also, we have those prediction results up in the Discord. If any of you were in there. Not so cute, are you now, Val? Huh? Huh? No, he's still being pretty cute. He has a very dopey face. I need to post the picture of when I was trying to show where the crack in the center of the disc was for continuum shift. Because the face in his reflection is so cute. I'm gonna do it right now, because it's a cute picture. Let me crop it, because there's bad cable management under my desk. You've unlocked 17 Miku songs, playing them without sound on normal with extra leeway assist item. Even with that, playing them with no sound is impressive. Just Val's reflection in the game disc. So cute. Some of them take 2 tries. I'd imagine, like, if it's been a while too, it's like, oh no. But yes, the results of the dice roll were for, what was the prediction again? Yes, 1 through 10 versus 11 through 20. It landed on 11. I like how it says 0%, but somebody put points in, jumpy. 1K versus 1 and it landed on 11. Congratulations. You just got 1,001. That's quite the return. But yes. Alright, so how is Heart? Where is Heart? Heart is okay, good. I'm gonna pause that and turn the game audio back on. There we go. Wow.
Hello, Z.
Hello. If I had
Hello.
if I had a bet where I could win 1,000, regardless of how much I bet, would you bet the minimum amount? I would.
What?
The dice roll results, Heart.
Oh, I did not see.
It landed on 11. I'm sorry.
I can't. No.
Now you understand why you bet $1.
No. I've been scammed.
It was not a scam. Why do you think I told you I'm not gonna tell you a suggestion for what to vote, to what to predict on, because then you'd be like, I've been scammed. Which you said anyway.
I did not. Grumble, grumble. Anyway, I was looking at Risk of Rain Returns.
Oh.
Yeah, they announced a brand new character that's not even in Risk of Rain 1 or 2.
Ooh.
Yee. And it looks fun.
You reminded me that I learned by trying to show you that Konami has a bad run-in with outsourcing their games to other studios that suspiciously get absorbed into larger ones or go bankrupt, to know that Clock Tower is getting remastered in 2024.
Yee.
Ah. Depending on how it goes.
Maybe.
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 I can't. Honestly, I'm surprised because it sounds like it's not this year. No, according to Wikipedia, which is because I was looking at Wikipedia articles of the companies responsible for the outsourced Silent Hill games, which Way Forward, which is the one who is responsible for the Clock Tower remaster, at least it's production of it. Not developer. I don't think it's the developer. I think it's the producer. Produced Book of Memories, but they also are responsible for the Shantae series, so
Oh my God. Yeah.
those are two opposite directions of quality.
Games, yeah.
They're also very different games, so they're not super comparable, but in terms of general reception, Book of Memories is not very well received compared to Shantae. Because I thought they had all gone bankrupt. But no, Way Forward has not gone bankrupt. But according to that page, because I scrolled down, I'm like, oh yeah, they're still making games. And then it said 2024 Clock Tower. And I was like, oh shit. And Ecdysis uploaded a video talking about, like, the fact that it's being remastered, like, less than 24 hours ago, that I was actually gonna watch sometime soon, because its title concerns me, but I imagine it's just somebody asking the question and him giving his honest response edited in video form, because the title is, Should we be worried about Clock Tower Remastered? Which, considering him as a huge fan of Clock Tower and Haunting Ground, probably is just gonna give some pieces of, if nothing has changed, then it's just for fans of the original game, and if things are added to make the games quote-unquote smoother, then it just depends on what they're gonna do. I imagine he's not gonna say much more than that. The video's not that long, so I imagine it's somewhat, like, long-winded in, like, he was sprung that question by someone in Twitch chat, so he just kind of manifested the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as they have classic mode, who cares? Yeah. I want to play Clock Tower. I wanted to play Clock Tower 3 just because it's weird, but apparently it's not that good.
Oh.
But I want to play Haunting Ground. We almost streamed a little late because you pointed out, because I was like, I want to show you how the chase themes for Haunting Ground is so cool. Clock Tower 3 is great. I saw somebody play it, and I was like, this looks like it's fun and dumb in a fun way. Like, the mission stuff feels like Clock Tower, and the boss fights are just crazy ridiculous.
What's the matter with you? How rude.
I wanted to show a speedrun because I wanted to show, like, the chase scenes in Haunting Ground and their music and how it's creepy and it's very atmospheric, how it's... I said that apparently it's not very good because it didn't sell well. But if you think it's good, then I have reinforced my personal observations that it must therefore be good because it sounds like something that I would like. Oh, hey, you found the random enemy.
I was gonna come in here and I was like, wow, look how cute this is, but it started sprinting at me.
Like, according to... we can't play without getting a PS2. No! I know. Haunting Ground is the same. I was like, oh, it's on PS2. I want to play it so badly. But you know what? If there's a PS2 emulator out there that works for Tales of the Abyss...
Oh. Yeah, you will play Clockwork. No,
Clockwork. Clock Tower 3. If they're acquirable.
Yeah, what sorry, what was that enemy I thought?
That was that was Superstar O.
Oh. Yeah, oh.
Yeah, Jumpy brought it to my attention that Val, no. Ow, I'm being lit on fire. Jumpy brought it to my attention that out of all the games that are on PS3's PSN, it's weird how little PS2 games are actually on PSN. Like, for some reason, both physically and digitally, the PS3 does not like PS2 games.
Oh, how weird.
Like, the launch PS3 struggled to run PS2 games and could occasionally even break. So they made later versions to where it couldn't reverse compatibility with PS2, but it can reverse compatibility with PS1 because it didn't have a problem with that. And then just PSN, people responsible for distributing the PS2 games on PSN were like, they can't play it physically. May as well not even bother with the digital versions, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
Questionable logic, but okay. And there are PS2 games on PSN, because Persona 4 and Persona 3 FES are PS2 games, but in terms of, like, the entire library of what was on the PS2, there's really not a lot for the PS3 on PSN, which is so bizarre. It does not make sense.
I feel like the whole PS3 era was a bit of a mistake of Sony. That they're probably, like, happier forgetting, but people won't let them forget.
Well, that's why, despite the continuous efforts to make it more and more difficult to use PSN on PS3, and even saying, hey, it's going to shut down in August, there was huge pushback for that going, no, don't do that. And they were like, okay, I guess we won't do that.
Sony doesn't want you to realize that they have older games.
But this is... Ow! Ow!
Or older consoles.
What an idiot. Use your head a little.
Why did you touch the cactus, Carol?
Looks like this situation calls for a little extra help.
See, do you think I could get to the boss in 30 minutes?
Have you found the oasis yet?
Canteen filling time.
No.
It's not that far.
We need to make sure to keep hydrated.
Do you like the sound effect of the cactus water?
Right. We wouldn't want to get sunstroke. If everyone's finished.
Oh no, wait. Oh gosh, I need to experience it one more time to give a valid opinion. What? Oh gosh.
What do you mean?
What?
There's treasure around here, but I think I'm not gonna aim for it. Because we can backtrack through this area and the mechanic is gone.
Oh, does the desert stop being hot?
No, the water thing goes away. I don't know why it's a one-time thing, but for your first time trekking through here, the water thing applies, but every subsequent time you go through this, the water canteen management stuff is not a thing.
How weird.
Better stop plodding along.
I mean, I guess it... it's daytime. Cool.
How are you in such good spirits?
I just find it weird how the cactus just kind of deflates.
But do you like the sound it makes?
Yes.
It's fun.
Wait. Oh, I've hit the edge of the world. I don't think this is the way I was supposed to go.
I want to play Clock Tower 3 in Haunting Ground so bad. Oh my god.
You've seen it now, and you've talked about it, and now you want to do it.
The boss fights in Clock Tower 3, you turn into a magical girl, and you fight the thing that was chasing you. I want to do that!
That sort of peppiness simply isn't healthy. Hey, did you hear a voice?
Oh my god.
No, not at all.
By
Oh
the
wait,
way,
Carol's dead.
why
How'd
were
that
you in this
happen?
desert before?
I used
Carol,
to live
how
in
did you
town
die?
up in the
Okay,
mountains
so I
till
don't go
last
that
year,
way. Good to know.
together with my friend Baul. So I sometimes came down near the desert.
All the way to the desert?
Life bottle.
Anyway,
Cough up
we
several
hardly
$100
have time to look for
then.
anything out here. What with this heat?
Hey, did you know you could subscribe?
But knowing my luck, it'd be something like buy as a PS2, and Capcom goes, by the way, we're porting all of our old, all of our old stalker horror games, like Clock Tower series and Haunting Ground, and we're putting them on Steam. And I'll just be like...
Has that happened before?
Val, stop that.
Oh.
No. It's just 3. Oh yeah, Capcom only did 3, that's right. 1 and 2 were made by different people. I knew 1 was made by somebody else, but I had assumed incorrectly, that, or was the PS1 version handled by Capcom? Or was it just 3 that it was handled by Capcom? Who cares? The 2 that I care about the most that isn't getting a port already, I would like to play 2, of course. No harm in including that, because I'd rather include it than exclude it. But I knew that 3 and Haunting Ground, Capcom. But 1 is not Capcom. Yeah, 1 and 2 were point and click. Which point and click horror is fine. I actually like a lot of point and click horror. The modern
the modern take on it, or
yeah, the modern take on it is kind of depends. They're kind of more puzzle mystery than horror.
Yeah.
They are spooky puzzle mystery. They're also very simplistic?
Oh.
Nightcry wasn't spooky. I mean, if you're afraid of not being able to make progress in the game suddenly because it just said no, it's very scary. Scariest horror game of its time. The map just deloads and never comes back. Soft lock.
Oh, that's
Seriously,
fun.
If we run out of water, we'll be goners.
We need to find something like a clue soon.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, the weather changing's a bit is a thing, you know.
I'm trying to figure out which way you went. Oh hi, it's daytime now.
I went. Which way I went? Oh. I just kind of walked into enemies.
Okay, I hit the
just
top of the map.
Yeah, I hit the top of the map too. So it must be like down from that, right? Oh no.
Val, what are you doing? Stop.
Oh.
He keeps digging.
Digging? In your room?
Yes.
Oh. How weird.
I'm out of water.
Don't go drinking all of it.
Thanks, Yuri.
Hey, do you think we could take 5?
He was biting
I'm the one always wanting to rest.
He was biting cables and now he's digging.
Oh my god, that yeah!
The heat's gone and baked his brains.
Yeah.
Water! Oh, Carol, be careful. You'll hurt yourself if you
Calm
fall.
down, Carol. Yeah, that was like I'm on a really exciting roller coaster, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like you still had plenty of energy.
Like he's screaming down the way.
Wait up for old Raven!
They've hit just the peak on a really tall roller coaster and he's screaming the whole way down for the rest of the ride and you're like, I agree. That was that type of yeah.
Here I thought they couldn't bear to go
Estelle, what the fuck? You should have said be careful.
Estelle would never do that. Oh my god.
If only.
I keep running into enemies and I don't like it. I'm running away.
I thought we were really done for.
I leave.
I leave.
I do not care for your petty
We're gonna
fights.
save the world, kids.
Shut up.
Okay, I actually don't know where I am.
Dangerous if
I
we
am
just
lost
keep
in the
going
desert.
like this.
Okay. I've hit the left and I've hit the right wall. Got a bit?
North.
No.
You go north. On the right side-ish. Right-ish north.
Rightish north.
If we turn back now, though, we'll
Yeah.
only
You
Yeah,
probably...
I've hit...
poor children.
It said that there was a fork and you take the right path. You probably took the left path. Quote-unquote path.
We've got to keep looking as long as we can.
All I see is sand.
All I see is sand. Hey, Carol said that
Okay.
earlier.
If we're lucky, we may even find Pharaoh along the way.
Carol's got the right idea.
That's right. And with this spring, we shouldn't have any trouble keeping up the search.
If you've already eaten the poison,
Oh no.
you may as well lick
Okay.
the plate.
Yeah, you're right. We've come this far.
How about your water bottle, Carol? Did you fill it up?
Here, I filled them for you. Here's yours,
Do
Rita.
do 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 do.
Thanks, Judith.
Thanks.
Everybody else all set?
Yes.
All right, let's keep moving.
Yay. Cooking sandwiches. Okay.
In the desert.
Sandwich in the desert. Oh, I've hit the bottom. How's that possible? Uh-oh.
How is that possible? What did you do?
I don't know, see? I don't like how it, like, keeps you running for a couple seconds after it switches the time of day. It's very annoying.
I'm amazed that he went. It's north. It's north. It's just north, actually. Wait.
No way. I have no sense of direction.
Up. I'll just go southish for a little bit and fight some stuff until you find it.
I kind of wanted to be the boss today, but we still will. It's okay. Copium. And by beat the boss, I mean at least attempt it. Well, no. Okay, I'll go as south as I can. Wait, you want me to go north actually, right?
Yes, north.
Go north. I'm going north. I'm going up. I need water. Goodbye, inflatable cactus.
Oh, I've been sealed.
Get out, dude. Oh. Oh no. Run away. I won't lose, Carol says as I input the retreat. Oh. Oh. Oh.
You found it? Yeah, you found it! Woohoo! Sealed Yuri is more valuable. You're right. He still has the the plastic wrap on.
I just got the enthusiastic here.
Yeah! It's like, whoa, calm down, dude. It's just water. I know you're in a desert, but damn.
Yeah, water.
Alright, here we go.
Raven's doing backflips again.
Alright! We did it! These are the three.
Calm down, Z. It's just a line. You're right. Oh my god, she finally lost her rise attack. Thank god.
Hey.
Okay. Basilard. She still has those that she needs to learn. She still needs life up. Motaro A is done. Kurama 1 Alpha. Full check. Judith's actually been done with her weapon for a while, so I should put War Harpoon on.
Did Judith poison the water?
No?
No.
Why do you think that?
Because she's being very sus. She doesn't tell people she's a dragon rider. And seems to know of people before we know of them. Oh, a healing spot. It's a super save.
You don't have Rise Attack equipped, do you? No, good. You don't need that.
Is it the same for this level, or are we just going up? Ah.
Where's speed up? There it is.
Hey.
Vitality, spirits. EXP share, don't know why you didn't have that equipped. That's awkward. Strength, actually, combo plus.
Oh my god.
Heavy hits. She has EXP share. I need to make sure everybody has their EXP shares turned on, honestly. He doesn't have EXP share. She has it turned on.
That's a skill, not a passive thing.
Fine, okay, cool. Yeah, it's a skill.
Yeah. Going and going.
So you went further north now?
Yes, yes.
Cool.
Raven just wants a tan. He just wants to have some fun in the sun. What? I'm not even touching them. I refuse.
I refuse.
I will not participate. Oh my god.
That's...
What are you doing, old man?
Mystic Drive?
You see, I was thinking that there's a pretty odd creature over there.
Huh?
Mystic Drive seems insane.
What is this creature, Heart?
Wait, what? Oh my god. It's a missing texture. What is it? Oh, is it like Parvablastia core? Oh.
It's Patty.
It's the Wonder
I
Shell.
thought I was gonna have a heart attack there.
That's my line. Hey, don't tell me you're searching for treasure in the sand.
Quite so.
Patty, as a pirate, isn't
What's
this the
this?
complete opposite of where you should be?
A treasure that I freed hid.
This chest?
I'm surprised you were able to find treasure in the sand.
I'm surprised you were able to breathe under the sand.
An adventurous
Yeah,
intuition
is she not, like,
sharper than
cooked
the right
alive?
side of a dolphin's brain.
Or like
Intuition?
burnt?
How unscientific.
It would hurt.
Yes, it would hurt an awful lot.
It's not a recommendation.
Seriously? Is that the treasure you're
Do
looking
we
for?
need this disclaimer on our stream? Disclaimer: don't sleep in the sand.
Don't swim in desert sand.
Nah, this is just rubbish. Besides, finding treasure isn't my goal.
It could lead to
It's
burn.
recovering your memory,
What?
isn't it? And in order to do that, I need to find me
Oh,
grandfather's treasure.
my one's a different color.
Yeah, mine's in a costume.
Yeah? You still haven't recovered your memory yet?
Unfortunately, no.
Is there
My
a
journey's only
costume
just
where Patty
beginning.
doesn't have a hat? Probably not, right?
There is.
Oh, now I kind of want to see the costume without Patty's hat. Is it just her hair going back and forth?
I mean, that's not her hat, that's her back.
Oh, is it? Oh.
I'm like that too, you know?
Oh, I thought it was her hat. My bad.
Hey, if we keep chatting out
That's
here,
why
we're
it
gonna
was
keep-
red for me, because it was her cape that was sticking out of the ground.
Definitely.
Patty, why don't you come with us too? But I need to
She's
keep
got
hunting for treasure.
gremlin
Shut
energy
up
right
and
now.
just come with us, all right?
The parents.
Alf and Layla's parents don't seem to be anywhere.
And with the desert as brutal as all this, odds are they're not holding up too
Oh.
well.
Thanks, old man. This hot-as-hell desert was missing a looming sense of dread.
How could Khogor just abandon people out here because they got on his nerves?
Seriously, let's hurry up and find those kids' parents while we still have some strength left.
Right.
That skit just spoiled something. The game just spoiled itself.
Oh, should I not watch that one?
No, you should still click on it. I just am wondering why they were like, oh yeah, I wonder who this magistrate is.
You'll be gone soon enough.
And then
Oh.
a skit just told you who the magistrate was. I mean, not that it was that hard to figure out. The knights in the town have the color of on their uniform that matches that person, but it's like still weird. This poor starfish. He makes cute sounds, and we're just bullying him.
Yeah, he's so happy.
I love mysteries that are resolved 30 seconds later. Yeah, me too.
Gone.
Ah.
Wow. Oh, Theta, you got the sky. Hello, Theta.
The sky.
Yes.
Ah, he has a rise attack now. Shit. Tension is good though. But also,
I
do you
am a-
like the do you like the spooky ambiance when it's nighttime in the desert?
Oh man.
What if it's the only spot in the game that tells you and you wouldn't know who it was if you didn't see the skit? It'd be weird how they knew, because they spoke like they learned it in the skit, but that would be interesting.
I like the desert silence. Oh. the nighttime stuff. Oh my god. I really don't know if I should like this star or not.
Oh my god.
Part of
Judith's
me wants me to
moonbeam
like-
attack.
Oh.
They did it with movie info. True. Oh, I don't have a healer in my party. Hey guys, can you heal me? Carol, can you heal me? Carol. Carol with an art.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I missed it. Come on, do it again. Or not. I did it with mobile Disgaea. Oh my god, you're right. And I even told you about that too. I still can't believe that. That's so fucking weird. I wonder if it was in like a manga that was only in Japan somewhere.
I got no time to
Probably.
think.
Just beat him senseless and you'll win.
A safe spot. That must mean something's about to happen. Game? Hello?
Combat Force. Does that mean Rita knows all the stuff on that weapon? No.
Let's have action.
Stop pulling at my clothes like that.
Patty, watch your step. It's dangerous.
Whoa, that was a close call. Repeat, you were only warning me.
Repeat seems to like Patty. Why is that?
He just likes kids.
He wants youth and vim, not gray and stolid.
So my age has been the problem.
Wait, Patty is certainly young, but that's not everything, right?
Fucking weird ass skit.
Oh no. Is Patty being weird again? Patty moment.
Oh no, that means repeated no friends, no G.
No.
He did this thing where he was nice to Patty, and Yuri explained, oh, he likes kids. And then Patty made it weird and said that, like, something along the lines of he likes younger girls. And it's like, fuck, Patty. It wasn't exactly that, but it was like, hey, he likes youth and vim, not gray and stolid. And it's like, what the fuck? Transformation? He is a dog, Patty. Stop.
Let's go.
And grey and stuff is like over 25 according to them.
Are you okay?
It's you.
Gray and stolen? No!
Do you feel better now?
I mean, if Repeat didn't like Stalin, then that's totally fine. Honestly, I agree. But
My wife.
Watch out, here comes the hot takes.
what do you mean? That is not in any way a hot take. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm being sarcastic.
Please, hold still.
Water.
Here, have our water. Heart and Stalin, no!
No, this is not the rebrand I wanted.
The life coming back into me.
That is some loud drinking.
Really the spot.
But considering how many days have arguably passed, considering the mechanic of this desert, it's a miracle these people are alive.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we've left for them like a week ago now.
We're alive. Thanks to you. You're our saviors.
Please, it's nothing.
We'll have time to relax once we get you back alive.
What's the problem? Things will work themselves out.
You're pretty crazy to say that in a situation like this.
I'd like to thank you for saving us, but I'm afraid I don't have anything with me that I could give you.
That makes you think of a Norm joke? Oh no.
Oh, please.
no.
We don't need anything like that.
No, that simply won't do.
Please, come to Mantake so that I can pay you back for what you've done.
Mantake?
Wait,
Uh,
are you the parents of Alf and Layla?
Yes, yes, we are.
Did you see our children back in Mantake?
Yes, we met them there.
They were worried about their mom and dad.
They were even going to come out into the desert to look for you.
oh,
This is terrible. We have to go back to them.
Don't be so hasty. Do you think you two can go back by yourselves?
Well, that is...
hey, man and lady.
I guess we can.
Do you know how to
And
fight?
just calm down for now.
I'll tag you in from one of my team.
That's right. Just lie down and relax a bit.
Patty,
Our team
that's taking
appeared.
it a little too
Oh,
far.
here we go.
A bird? In this desert?
It sounds close.
Sounds like it came from just up ahead.
So we'll get to meet him. It's about time. I was about to shrivel up in this heat.
You two come too.
Yes. Make sure to keep a safe distance. You'll want to be out of the way in case a fight breaks out.
Yeah, that's a bad skit.
Yes. It's a weird one. Skewers!
Okay.
Here, Repeat. Have a skewer. That looks quite tasty.
Boiled eggs are the best part.
Nonsense! Daikon is the centerpiece,
Oh.
Patty. Daikon!
What's face? I agree.
Usually
Z, do you want me to wait?
That's just how good skewers are. But both Rita and the old man are wrong. Where are they mistaken? The true star of skewers is fish cakes. Especially the white ones. Fish cakes, is it? And Repeat agrees. Well, I don't mind as long as it's tasty.
Oy, oh no.
A full heal save.
Sounds like there could be a boss fight up ahead. What do you think?
No! Fuck!
Oh.
Let's eliminate them!
What if? I will just defend.
What if there's a boss fight up ahead?
Hattie is Chie's younger sister and Repeat is their dog.
Oh no.
Angels, grant us your favor. Nurse!
Thank you. Thank you. Both of you, Raven and Estelle, you are wonderful. Me having Rise attack is annoying.
Not bad.
Nah, yeah. There totally isn't a boss here.
Not at all. Why would there be?
I'm waiting on you for the cutscene, but
Quick grunt.
Finish that.
Ooh. Okay, so she did actually finish something. Okay, he's done with his weapon.
oh, you're truly min-maxing here. I guess I probably should have checked my equipment. Whoopsies.
Okay, oh, there we go. What's on my strategy? Edit.
Well, it looks kind of cute. Somewhat cute.
Cute?
It looks like a good plushie. It looks like they can manufacture it into a marketable plushie.
Rita thinks it's disgusting, though.
Well, Rita's wrong.
Something isn't right.
Rita, why are you wrong all the time?
That's not Pharaoh.
Yeah, there's something different about that voice.
Hey!
It's not a monster. What is it then?
Using a decoy to sneak up on us? What a cowardly monster!
Oh, Repeater's angry.
That's not a monster.
If it's not a monster, what the hell is it?
Even Repeat's frightened.
No.
This can't be good.
We have no choice. We must fight.
Damn. Looks like we have no choice.
Boss fight.
Out of the way, you two.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What is
this? I don't know. Do I have a weapon that has a specific element attached to it? No. That's fine by me. Arts. Rita. Turn off all combat. It is daytime. Keep champagne and splash. Don't bother with tractor beam. You can keep blade roll.
Oh my god. Please use resurrection. Thank you.
It's in my key items.
Oh.
Okay.
Who's best girl in this game? It's honestly hard to choose.
Also, this is called an Outbreaker.
Oh, it is. Oh, I didn't magic ends it. Who? I mean, Rita's a bit moody. Oh my god, I've forgotten her name. Estelle is like damsel in distress in some ways. Yeah, okay, Estelle's probably the most likable so far, I guess.
Don't do the thing. Stop it.
Oh, I'm not even halfway.
No, don't do it! Stop that!
You like the outfit, thank you.
Ah!
Oh. Wait, is this where you say I have to switch?
Ah! You weren't gonna make a Regal Sewer joke. Stop telling me not to do it! Ah!
No.
Ow. Thank you for the healing circle. Ow. Ow.
Rita's a nerdy magic, like, alchemy girl.
I literally just got up.
Z's getting bullied.
No. Oh god. It was. It's a monster. Ow.
He's not believing. Lunar eyes.
You're fighting a Romeo and Cinderella. Oh my god. Oh, I hit it. Okay, I thought I missed it. I actually hit it.
Nice. Oh, ow.
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 Ah! Oh yeah, also. Edit.
Oh.
Rita. Use level 1.
Holy power, come to me. Oh my god.
No, 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 stop doing that.
Oh, oh, oh.
Thank you.
Hey, I did it.
I like Estelle. Yes.
Estelle has like the least best characters in it.
Oh god, she died!
Oh no.
She was an over limit, you asshole! Ow.
It disappeared.
Wait, you beat it already?
Yeah, I beat it already. Mine had like 80k health. And like a combo of mine does like 3k damage, so...
No, you literally just changed, you fucking asshole.
Oh no. Uh-oh, everyone's collapsing.
Oh yeah, you gotta destroy that. Oh shit, she's casting it. Oh, I hate this thing.
Oh. Oh, everyone died. Actually, I'm gonna make your stream a little bigger. Is it just me or is the dialogue audio mixed poorly? Yeah. I noticed that in a few scenes, like sometimes like someone's mic quality is noticeably worse compared to another person in the scene. Or like you can hear a static, like a small static murmur in the mic. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I yeeted my game off the screen when I really wanted to go yours.
Woo!
I guess we got it, but...
Oh, I'm so
Did you do it?
Yes.
Oh.
See,
Well,
the gimmick...
I just made you big.
The
Hey.
gimmick is that it's weak to water during the day and weak to fire at night. And it does a move that, as it gets low and lower in HP, will start doing repeatedly for no reason. Switch between those. So if you're playing Rita, you'd have to pay attention to that and switch moves. But if you're not playing as Rita, you have to constantly open the menu and turn fire and water on and off, back and forth.
Yeah. I mean, I still bought Rita and she healed the thing about twice, but apart from that, it didn't do too much.
I mean, you're fighting. Just play as
normal
Rita.
mode.
So many people leveled up from that.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Vanished.
Hey, you remember that, right?
What's this?
Wait, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Wait, what am I remembering?
Didn't you see that earlier? 2 weeks ago now, though.
The dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yee. It's the same one and it wants to hunt us down for whatever reason.
I'm afraid even I can't.
Oh, sorry,
take
Patty.
anymore.
I skipped your dialogue.
This isn't good.
Is Yuri gonna be Dragon Ball? I'm sorry. The RP dragons, exactly.
A town? That
Oh,
dragon from
there's
the
a safe
Legion of
spot here.
Cardos.
Oh wait, but before we do that, there's a Wonder Chef in my room, and I'm not doing it just to
Go ahead.
just to get the Wonder Chef. I'm doing it because it's creepy that he's in my room.
Bones.
Please leave my room. I do not care about your croquet. I just want you to leave my room. Thank you.
We collapsed in the desert, and this can't be heaven.
Oh, an hourglass.
Where are we?
Nice. Oh.
Hello, what are you going to give me, Wonder Chef?
Ta-da.
He just smacked me in the face with his pan.
That's what
He's
he
like,
did
I'll
to
teach
me.
you how to make a croquette. Spins 360 degrees and decks Yuri in the face with the underside of the pan. Just like, what's that sound? You know the sound. Just the
Here's how you make a croquet. Smack. Oh.
Anyway, buy Wonder Chef.
And in your room, if you go to the far left, well, when you've got and then there's 2 items there. Yeah. Ta-da! I can't find any more. But yes, is this a good save time to stop? It's a bit of a cliffhanger.
It's a bit of a cliffhanger. We're in a mysterious town.
Where are we? What happened to the dragon?
What did the dragon do? We didn't get eaten. Why are we in a town? Who found us?
Well, you guys will just have to tune back next week to find out. I'm sorry. Yes, next week, hopefully, will be a little bit longer.
Yes.
Because I won't have work the next day.
And you don't have to watch your volume.
Yeah, I don't have to whisper. I don't have to do ASMR. I can scream. True heart.
Are you gonna scream like Carol did when he saw that oasis?
Yes. That I'm gonna match that energy. But yes, that was fun. I hope you had fun too. And the boss wasn't too bad, thankfully.
Yes, it's almost as if I either remembered its difficulty incorrect or something. I honestly don't know.
I'd let's go with the impression that I was very well prepared, and I just mastered the boss.
I mean, possibly. Only thing that would like put that into question is that the regular enemies are rough in that desert.
Yeah.
I largely just kind of like ran past everything.
Yeah, I did a few because I was like, oh, I'll wait for Z to catch up, and then I realized 1, you were ahead of me, and 2, they were very strong. They were very strong, so rip.
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 I guess I'll save this page because it's the missables checklist.
I'll buy YouTube.
Yes. Goodbye, YouTube.